sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Oh, hello. Shalom, I guess. Happy holidays, right?
Happy holidays.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy
Hanukkah. Right? It's Hanukkah right now.
All-encompassing holidays.
Yeah. We are back from our 2-week hiatus.
Was it 2 weeks?
It was 2 weeks. I mean, we didn't do a show last week, so I think so, right?
Yeah. That's how time works, Smiley.
Yeah, James.
Way to make me feel bad for not understanding how time works.
Way to go, Smiley.
Way to go.
So yeah, happy holidays, everybody. We have a guest, but let me do some house cleaning real quick. So since it is the holiday, I got all of my people.
Are you firing me?
I'm firing James. Happy holidays, guys. Layoffs are what's going to happen for the new year.
Are you laying all of us off?
No, but I brought you guys gifts. Is what I'm trying to say.
Are you what?
So I heard a bad thing when I was in Clovis. We all know that Allsup's got bought out.
Oh, sad.
So it's going to be even sadder. They're going to change the name to In and Out.
Oh.
And they're not going to have the burritos there.
What?
You're gonna have to
No more Gutbusters?
You're going to have to buy them online. So I got everybody the taco sauce.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Oh, hell yeah.
Here you go, Ray. I even brought one for Buck.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
Aw.
Yeah.
Chris,
So
you're such a
pass
sweetheart.
that down.
Okay, by the way, I have this in my house.
Yeah.
Refrigerate it.
And I didn't get one for Buck, but I got other stuff.
Just remember to refrigerate this. This is not an on the table.
I got everyone else a $20 gift card.
What the?
Thanks,
Pass it down.
Chris.
Are you
Oh,
seriously?
Chris,
Yes,
that's
it's
so
Christmas.
nice.
See? Yay.
Aw,
I was
thanks,
hoping these were the cards to load minutes on your phone.
And that would be the most. I was in Clovis, so I bought you guys some
For your burner phones.
That's what they had at all subs.
So when you guys get done with your meth deal, just break it and throw it in the trash. It's cool.
Here's the burner phones.
So we have a special guest for our holiday show. From the legendary world famous Buck and Dex show on the Edge. We have Buck, and he's now, instead of the Buck and Dex show, it's now the Buck and Dex podcast,
which is super exciting.
It is the Buck and Dex podcast, yeah. You know, and I gotta say, honestly, no bullshit. You have been such a huge help. I mean, seriously, I couldn't have launched this thing without Chris's help. Has been a godsend, seriously.
I'm glad you said all those nice things about me.
No, seriously, man. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, what do I do? Because I want to do this. And he really kind of guided me through the whole process. So thank you so much.
Well, so, yeah. So,
Yay, Chris.
yay. Yeah. So I was trying to think, how I want to, because we had you on the show before. And the last time, it was kind of downstairs at Founders. It was real choppy, and I was worried about the technical. I didn't know you that well, so I know you a little better now.
Yeah.
So I can kind of get into it with you a little bit about
my
history with you that you don't even know about.
We have a history.
Kind of.
I didn't know about this.
So you're podcasting now.
Yes.
I've been podcasting forever.
Yes.
So whenever I first started, well, that sounded weird. That's probably some neighbor or something. Whenever I first started podcasting, I was in Portales, New Mexico. And the morning radio show there is Rooney and Moon.
Okay.
And I would listen to that because there was nothing else to listen to, and I fucking hated it.
Okay.
And I mean, it's a morning radio show in a small Christian right-wing
wacky
area.
Guys?
Yeah,
okay.
Wacky guys. So I hated it, and I was like, everything with my being, I'll never be that. I'll never be that.
Yeah. Do I need tequila for this story or something?
No.
Or whiskey? Or just okay.
This is actually an intervention.
I just want to check before we get too far down the road.
So like I moved up here, and like there was what is it, TJ Trout in the morning.
Yeah.
There was you guys. There was they'd have the Bob and Tom show syndicated on.
Yep.
And I just like the Bob and Tom show. I would listen to it because I drive to work, and it just drove me crazy. Like how much, like the worst thing about doing something like this or movies or whatever is you start to learn the behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the Bob and Tom show, I just started realizing that I was like, these comedians are all doing their stand-up bits.
Yeah.
And Bob and Tom are just like throwing them softballs into it.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like ruined for me. And so then I would like, listen to, who's the other? It was TJ Trout. Who was the guy? Swami Rob?
Rob, yeah. Swami did the show with TJ.
And so I just like, because of like, the place where I came from, I just didn't like morning radio.
Yeah.
It drove me crazy. And so you guys, like my coworker would play you guys all the time, and you guys were the ones I could stand. And so then I was just always like, morning radio is the worst. I'm a podcaster. We're going to destroy radio. and then now I met you, and I'm like, wow, he actually is a really cool guy. And now that I realize you guys were pushing the envelope as far as you could.
Yeah.
Without getting fired or whatever. And I listened to the very first, so you guys have a new podcast.
Yep.
I listened to the very first episode today, and I didn't realize how close you guys were to being fired like quite often.
Oh, yeah.
And if I would have known that, I would have been like, all right, these guys are actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean. Like it sounds like it starts to turn into the wacky morning radio to me. But I don't realize like you guys are just we're really just handcuffed all the time.
Yeah, yeah, we were. We took lemons and we made lemonade. We did the best we could with what we had, and I
hope that wasn't offensive to you. I was
not at all, not at all. We had a saying that we used to kind of go by, and it was, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Mm-hmm. And we really kind of tried to live by that. And some of the things we pulled, like some of the stunts, I mean, obviously they were made up, but we were just seeing like how much can we fuck with people and really like raise their hackles to see, how far we can push things. Like when the iPhone first came out, we came up with this bit where we were going to chop somebody's finger off for an iPhone. Like we've got this brand spanking new iPhone, they hadn't come out yet. And we've got this iPhone, and if you want it, you have to let us cut a digit off. And
okay.
And we played on that thing. And we played that up, and we played it up, and then we took a frozen chicken bone and cut it with some bolt cutters, and it sounded like we chopped a finger off. We were on the news. People were pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
I remember that.
Yeah, people were pissed.
People were real upset.
Yeah.
My grandma knew that I listened to you guys all the time, so she was a cool grandma, and she would be like, oh, I'm going to listen to them. And I remember when that happened, she was like, oh, my God, they chopped somebody's finger off. Why would you listen to them? And it's so crazy. So how many of the things you did to Oreo were real?
I don't know. The Oreo wasn't there when you guys were there, was he?
Oh,
Like
no, Oreo was there. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there. A lot of the stuff, we had Oreo. Oreo wasn't really a part of the show. He would come in and do stuff with us. But really, the guys that took the brunt of what we were doing were the Dilberts. And,
Yeah,
we always wanted a stunt guy. And, what can we do with the stunt guy?
Right.
And so, and all their names were always Dilbert.
I forgot about the Dilberts.
Yeah, yeah. And those were the guys that kind of took the brunt of the things that came up in our heads.
Right.
We were talking about, we almost got one of the Dilberts stabbed once. This is back when the panhandling was really super aggressive. And we decided that we were going to eradicate panhandling in Albuquerque. So what we would do is we would take one of the Dilberts. We would have to take Dilbert number 2 because Dilbert number 1 was too afraid to do that. But what we would do is we would send them out with like a dry erase board and have them go stand on the opposite side of the street as the panhandler. And then they would write stuff on there, like give me your money. I deserve it more than these guys. And, they draw arrows and we almost got one of them stabbed once. We did another bit where we had a girl that wanted to be a stunt. She wanted to be a Dilbert, and her name was Julia. And we did this thing where we used to do this bit called the Gauntlet, and what we would do is we would blindfold the Dilberts and we would ask them questions, and we'd have mouse traps set up everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And they would just be in their socks, and if they got an answer right, we would guide them safely, and if they got it wrong, then we would guide them towards the mouse traps. And they never know what they were getting until we told them to take a step.
So there actually were mouse traps.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And Julia wanted to be a Dilbert. So we had this really elaborate one set up where there were like tons of mouse traps, and there was a bucket of water at the end, and there was like a can of pepper spray in the middle, like police pepper spray. And they got to the middle, then they got to get pepper sprayed, then they had to go through the rest of the mouse. It was totally like a wrestling bit.
Oh wow, yeah.
I mean, and something happened with Julie. I'm not sure what happened, but she ended up like they called an ambulance. Like they called,
shit.
Oh,
yeah, like
wow.
911 got called, and we thought we were going to get fired then. So we.
Did anybody ever threaten to sue you?
Surprisingly, no.
Nice.
I thought maybe that was going to be the straw that broke the camel's back. I thought maybe she was going to come back and sue us, but we never got sued. We were
Wow.
super
Wow, that's
lucky.
pretty lucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was like I remember when I first started podcasting, there was the Nintendo Wii came out. Do you remember all that?
Hold your Wii for the Wii.
Hold your Wii for the Wii, man.
That girl died up, and there's a girl that died.
I almost feel like that was kind of the end of like the crazy, wacky, like
God.
the morning, stunts and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, we were on the air when that happened, and our boss, we had the best boss ever. His name was Bill May. We kind of painted him as like the bad guy. He was like the heel in our show.
Oh yeah.
But he was actually a really good dude. And when all of that stuff happened, he basically kind of pulled us aside and said, all right, you can't do anything that could possibly endanger somebody.
Right.
So we kind of took that to mean they can feel physical discomfort, but we can't do anything that
Like a
could.
mouse trap.
Like a
Right.
mousetrap.
Yeah.
Or like dog collar trivia.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Like
Which I've seen people doing on the internet now.
Yeah. I really, I don't know what my deal is with electricity, but I just like really enjoy it, and it's really funny to me. That and like really hot food. The first Dilbert we had, we fed him. we would like bait him with stuff. Like he was this young kid from Montana, and he just wanted to, at first when he got down here, he's like, I want to be in radio, and then he met some porn people, and he's like, I want to be in porn. And so you could like dangle a carrot in front of this guy's face, like, hey, Slipknot's coming next week. Do you want to go meet Corey Taylor?
Oh shit, yeah.
And he would be like, yeah, what do I have to do? And it's like, you have to eat this habanero pepper.
Oh fuck, man.
I like doing that to Roil. So the meanest thing I ever did to Roil is we got a spot to promote a show on like one of the Good Day New Mexico shows or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And I'm really good friends with one of the guys who was the videographer, and they would come up with like these crazy segments and stuff. And he's like, yeah, I wish we could find somebody funny to go to the Fiery Food Show. And so I said, who would be funny? Is Roil, because Roil will always agree to do things. He never says no, and he hates hot food. Like, it makes him physically ill. But
Yeah.
I knew he wouldn't say no, and he would be funny. So my friend tells Roil, well, we'll promote your whatever it was more if you come and do this Fiery Food Show thing. So he did it, and they tricked him into eating like the hottest
Like a ghost
thing.
pepper or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but they made it look like a donut or something.
Oh god, that's a dick.
So
move.
they made him like eat really hot stuff,
Oh,
and then they're like,
shit.
"Here, eat this donut," and the donut had like chili frosting
Yeah.
or something.
Oh,
Man.
And he didn't know that I had orchestrated this whole thing. Was laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
My friend was posting like on the Instagram stories, and I was dying the whole time. So he's telling me about it later, and he's like, "I wonder why they asked me to go." And I was like, "Oh, sorry."
You're all
That
good.
He's like, "Why would you do that? You know I
You're
hate hot
welcome.
food." I
That's
was,
it.
yeah, you're welcome.
That's awesome.
Poor guy.
He hates me a little bit.
So I was listening to the pod. I listened to the first episode of the
Yes.
Buck and Dex podcast, and you guys like you say you don't know why you got fired. I mean, you really have no idea why you got fired.
It could be a money thing. I mean, there are so many things that it could be. You know, I mean,
Well, they didn't tell you. They were just like later.
They can't. No, they literally. We got an email that day, May the 4th, 2015. We got an email at like 7:30 in the morning, and it said, "Hey, we want to meet, talk to you real quick after the show ends." And you know, we got through the show. I went to the bathroom, came back, and the general manager was in there with like 2 manila envelopes. And after like almost 15 years, he said, "Station's going in a different direction, and it's not with you guys. If you have any questions, call the 800 number."
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Call the 800 number.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Is it 1-800-FUCK you? Is that what?
Pretty
it is?
much. That's pretty much what it boiled down to. So, but I
Wow.
mean, it could be anything. But you know what, man? It doesn't matter.
No.
You know? It's just
Albuquerque screw job.
It's just business. You know,
Albuquerque screw job.
they don't want us. They don't want us. That's
Ray's
fine.
like, when I got fired, they jumped me from
Yeah.
behind and hit me with a chair.
I think you should have been able to punch him right in the face like Brett did. Oh, Vince.
Yeah. I just thought, man, I was like, man, because I remember when it happened, and you guys had a Facebook page, and people were like, you know, putting up protests and all kinds
Yeah.
of shit, and I thought
Oh,
maybe,
yeah.
you know, I just thought they were like, you guys made too much money, and we can't afford you.
No, it definitely wasn't that. I mean, we did okay. I mean, we weren't making tons of money, you know, but we weren't, you know, making
Yeah.
$25,000 a year.
Well, I like when you guys talked about it on there. You were like, you know, that was kind of like, what was it, 2012? Is that right?
When we got fired?
Yeah.
2015.
15. But you guys were kind of talking about how that kind of seemed like the end of the, like 2012, 2015, kind of the end of the morning radio wars, where you kind of like had a war kind of with the other radio station. Like you literally like,
Oh,
would
yeah.
post up next to them, and you're like, you know, there's those fucking guys, you know, and
Oh, yeah, dude. We used to do crazy shit, man. I mean, when the Zone was here, you guys remember the Zone?
Oh, yeah.
With Moxie
Yeah.
and Missile
Yeah.
and all the
Yeah.
Leah Black. Yeah, we would go down across from the Sunshine, and there's that building that's across the street. You know, the Zone had a show. We would go down there and, you know, take a projector and like project our logo on the side of the building. You know, it's like you would always do weird stuff like that, you know, just to try to
just to fuck with them.
Yeah, just to fuck with them.
And I mean, in real life, were you guys like friends, like the DJs? Were you guys friends, or no? Were you like literally like, they're the enemy, we're the?
No, I mean it's all. I don't want to say it's fun and games, you know, but it kind of is. I mean, I've
Yeah.
known Moxie since. I mean, I was working at the station at the Edge when Moxie got hired. He actually got hired at the Edge right about the same time I did, and he was actually. Are we that deep in the beer yet?
Yeah.
Are we there already?
Are you okay?
That
Steve?
was my bad.
Started early
I am-
on the wine.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I mean, I've known Moxie since like the mid '90s. You know, him and Kit, and we've all been friends ever
Yeah.
since then. And you know,
See, I
Leah's-
don't remember them, but
Yeah, no, he was. So Moxie got hired at the radio station at the Edge in '94, and he won a contest to be a concert correspondent
Yeah.
when the Foo Fighters played at the Dingo Bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
hell
so
yeah.
he went down and covered the show for the Edge, and they liked him, so they said, "Hey, we want to give you a job. We want to put you on
Wow.
the air." So that's how Moxie got hired. I got actually discovered. I don't think I've told the story on the air before, but I actually got discovered for the Edge. So my very first air shift ever was doing overnights for 94 Rock.
okay.
Frank Jackson was the old program director, and I knew a bunch of people that worked at 94, and I was trying to get into radio. I had just gotten out of the Navy, and somebody didn't come in for their overnight shift. So Frank Jackson calls me, and he says, "Hey," he's like, "Can you come down and do the shift?" And I was like, "Sure, I can come down and do it."
What would that mean? Like switching the tapes out, or?
Yeah, so back then it was like CDs and carts. So carts basically look like little 8-track tapes.
right.
And that's what your commercials would be on, your elements, so like your sweepers in between. And so I knew how to do it, you know. I'd been in there before with people, I'd seen how it had worked.
Okay.
And so I went and I did the shift. Well, that was the end of that. But shortly after that, Sandy Horowitz was the program director for The Edge. And at the time, I was doing a night at the University Draft House.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I was doing Time Warp Thursdays, which was an 80s night.
Oh yeah, you're like a DJ, right?
Yeah, I was a DJ. I was a club DJ.
Wow.
And
I remember that place, man.
yeah, I DJ'd all over. And so I was DJing there. I was also DJing at Knockouts. And
Fun.
Wait, okay, well, hold on, stop there. You got to do your strip club DJ.
This is my strip club DJ voice.
Yeah.
This is how I did it. I wasn't. Cinnamon's coming up on the main stage. That wasn't me. That totally wasn't
We're
me.
like, for the next hour, we've got $3 Jaeger shots.
Yeah, no, that wasn't me. So I'm doing Time Warp Thursdays, and there was a girl that did the remote for the Edge. Her name was Jordan.
Okay.
And she was the midday girl at the station, and she told the program director about me. And so one Friday, Sandy Horowitz came over when I was DJing at Knockouts and sat and listened to me for like 2 or 3 hours. Just sat there drinking a couple of beers, had no idea who the guy was. And he came up to me, before he was getting ready to leave, and he said, Jordan told me about you. My name's Sandy. I'm the new program director for The Edge. I want to put you on the radio. And I said, okay, let's do it. So I basically got discovered at a strip club.
Nice.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
That's the way to
Of all the
be.
things that could happen to you to
And knockouts of all places.
And
At
knockouts.
knockouts
Now,
specifically.
Knockouts isn't the worst, guys.
I haven't
worked
been.
at the worst.
I haven't been to a strip club in a really, really, really long time. But years ago, Knockouts was like it was the place
Really?
for the girls. Yeah.
I'd like to go back to Holly's point. Are you saying it's not the worst in town?
Knockouts?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess now that 203 is gone,
What?
I would assume
What the hell was 203? I don't even know.
That was the trucker one. Like,
the truck
yeah.
stop strip club.
Well, okay.
I worked
so,
there. So
Wait, at where?
at 203.
The one outside Moriarty.
Oh, Foxtails.
Yeah,
is that
whatever
what
it's called.
the actual name was?
It used to be called Foxtails.
Oh, when I
Okay.
worked there, it was called 203.
That sounds like a nice Disney cartoon.
Yeah, Foxtails.
Foxtails. No.
No, when I worked there, it was 203 because that's the highway exit. It is
Right.
located off
Okay.
of.
Used to All Fours was pretty bad or whatever.
Oh, yeah, All
Chapter 2,
Fours.
whatever it was called.
Chappie.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad.
Spirit Marina wasn't. It was nice, but now it's like there's. I mean, from what I understand, there's just TDs North and Gold,
Yeah.
and then Knockouts, and then Fantasy World. Is that all that's left?
Oh, you know
I
what?
think so.
I
I
think-
said, I don't go to strip clubs.
You know
Right,
what? I
anymore.
think Fantasy World is worse than Knockouts.
Alexa's telling us what the traffic to Knockouts is like.
It's a quick 6-minute walk to Knockouts right now. Wear a jacket.
So in the chat room, they're saying Foxtails was in Flora Vista. I don't know what the hell that means.
Flora
What is
Vista.
Flora Vista?
What's Flora Vista?
I don't know. I have
What
no
is
idea.
Foxtails?
Oh wait, am I thinking of?
Are they making up words?
Wait, hold on. Maybe Foxtails was Farmington.
Oh, yeah, because
Oh,
that's
yeah,
Billy.
yeah.
Billy is the one who chimed in and said
Maybe that was Farmington. That's
Yeah.
I probably have the seedy strip clubs mixed up.
Right.
I mean, they're probably comparable.
It
So-
all just
that. So
mixes together.
in the chat, they say, I'm here for Chris's precious Hanukkah haircut and his lovely decorations. I don't know about the rest of you. That's right.
Ah,
And they are saying that Foxtails is near Farmington.
okay. That's what I've got my seedy strip clubs mixed up.
Was that the birthday girl who said that?
It is, yeah.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Shelby.
birthday, Shelby,
Even though
yeah.
you don't like my unicorn hoodie.
Oh, dang. Is that what she said?
No, I don't know.
Is it Shelby's birthday?
It is.
It is Shelby's
Oh,
birthday.
my God.
Our friend
Happy
Shelby,
birthday.
friend of the show, Shelby. It's her birthday. Happy birthday! I wrote on her Facebook
birthday.
page. I like to do this to people that I really like a lot. I go, so I hear it's your birthday, and then that's it. That's all I say. That's
Like-
all I don't say anymore. Just that's
Like,
it.
if Chris really likes you, he seems like he doesn't.
Right.
That's
Like, it's your birthday, huh? Neat.
I'll try that with my wife. See how that works.
I think that'll work out well.
don't do that.
Your
No.
birthday, huh?
Yeah.
How about that anniversary? That's a
So
thing,
so
huh?
you're having a birthday today. Interesting.
So do I have to cook? Or
I guess.
you going out?
So
So anyway,
yeah,
Radio Wars.
yeah. Was
we're
that
all pretty much friendly. I mean, there were
Yeah.
a couple of people that I didn't like from other stations, but
There's
Okay.
like a level of professionalism
Can you-
that I
yes.
imagine that you have
Can
to
you go ahead
have.
and name
Yeah.
all those people and we'll call it? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
we'll tag
hey,
them.
TJ, welcome on in. No, I'm just kidding.
I actually used to go fishing with TJ. believe it or
I
not.
assume so because
Yeah.
you want to have him on the show. So
Do you call
Well-
him Mr. Trout?
No, I don't. No.
because I mean, like from what I remember, it was like you guys. Erica Viking she left and went on. She left you guys because I heard on. I didn't realize she worked with you guys.
Yeah,
When I
she
here-
got fired during the great downsizing.
Yeah, and then she went over to another station. And
She's
then
on Coyote.
Is she still there?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
Wasn't she with Swami at one point?
She was with, so TJ had retired, and she was doing the morning show with Swami.
Okay.
And then we had the great downsizing the day that Barack Obama got inaugurated.
That's right.
Yes. And she got shit canned that day.
I love Erica Viking. She's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting how Clear Channel came in and like waited until his inauguration day to lay a bunch of people off. That was pretty insane.
It's brilliant. I mean, because so when the recession happened and the market crashed, I mean, we're covering all this stuff. We're talking about it on the air. I mean, we weren't like obviously we weren't like a real newsy station, but you know, I mean, when somebody lays off half of their workforce, you know, a large corporation, it's big news.
Right.
And so we're talking about it. And when Clear Channel did it, they did it the day that Barack Obama was inaugurated. It's
So
like
nobody
the
would
first
talk
black
about it.
president getting sworn into office. Nobody gave a shit about a radio company
Right.
laying off a third of its workforce. You know, they didn't
It's
care.
pretty smart.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's
sleazy.
horrible,
Yeah.
but it's smart.
So,
I mean,
yeah. So you worked for Clear Channel and you worked for iHeartRadio.
Clear Channel became iHeartRadio.
So that's what happened. So it's not Clear Channel anymore.
No, now it's iHeartMedia.
So when Clear Channel came in, it sounded like they kind of were like homogenizing radio.
Yeah, they totally were. So I kind of saw the writing on the wall in 2012. So like I have a real estate license. That's what I've been doing since I got fired. I'm a full-time real estate person. And I saw the writing on the wall. The CEO of the company was coming to Santa Fe for something. And they called this weird Saturday meeting, right? The CEO of Clear Channel. I can't remember what the guy's name is. But they had this all hands on deck meeting. So we go on a Saturday and, you know, he's
that's the best.
Yeah.
Your day off. Come on down.
Amazing.
For a meet and greet.
Yeah. And he starts talking about the direction the company's moving and how they're going to start doing this thing called talent sharing.
Yeah.
And essentially what they said was you can have, if you have a day part that's struggling, what we can do is we can provide you with the best talent that you could think of. You know, like you want the afternoon guy from Z100 in New York, he can be your afternoon guy.
And I always love how they do that. They always go, no, we're here to help you guys. If you're struggling in this area, we can take someone who's not,
right,
and they can come and bolster you, and it'll be a win-win across the board. And then there's always those people who are like, well, that sounds great, and they're like the brown noser of the company or whatever, and you're just like in the back shaking your head going, this is fucked.
Yeah, we were walking out of that meeting, and I looked at Dex, and I was like, we're fucked. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, talent sharing? I was like, this is how they're going to, you know, Skynet's fucking for real, man. They're taking over. Like, this shit's happening.
Oh, yeah.
And sure enough, you know, it was maybe like 6 months after that meeting, they flipped the format.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, we've got this new thing we're going to do called Premium Choice, which is kind of ironic because it was neither premium nor choice. And it was basically like some guy that was in, some programmer that was in Ohio became the program director for all of the alternative stations that were participating in Premium Choice.
Yeah. Well, then they don't have to pay a program director at every single place.
Right. And you basically, all of your air talent gets blown out as well. So then you have all of these different people from all over the United States that are filling these spots. Like we had this girl named Allie that came on after us, and she was fucking terrible.
Awful.
I mean, awful. People hated her. I mean, she's a terrible jock anyway. But, I mean, people just hated her. But the weird thing was, like, you could be in Albuquerque listening to the Foo Fighters at 10:35 and be in Phoenix listening to the Foo Fighters at 10:35, and it was just basically like they were trying to, you know, do this thing where they were saving money, and it didn't work.
No.
The whole system didn't work.
Well, aren't they still doing that? I mean, it kind of seems like it.
They kind of are, but
in the
it's,
morning
I don't.
for sure.
I don't know the last time that I actually listened to a morning show anymore.
I know.
I'll go on this is. Whenever you guys went off the air, I actually stopped listening to the morning show. Stopped listening to the radio almost entirely.
Yeah,
which is
same
kind
here.
of crazy. And I think that it really goes to show how much of an impact you guys had on people in the Albuquerque area for me, because I would listen to the radio because I like the music on that station, but also like you guys had interesting things to say. You'd catch our interest. Once you guys were off, and it was kind of known they kind of did you guys dirty. I was like, well, like I don't have anything to listen to. I got music on my phone, and I just plugged in my phone and played music. And then I started picking up podcasts, and that's whenever I started listening to a lot more podcasts and like listening to internet radio books, like really anything other than talk radio. But I was like, I think that really started to change the game. And for as dirty as they did, I mean, in this small period of time, you guys have transitioned into what I think is maybe even possibly a more powerful like medium right now. More people are listening to this, and an ability to reach more people in this. What would you say on that?
I'll be honest, and I don't know if this is true or not. This is just my take on the from the outside of it. I feel like they were trying to do what they could do. Like they were like, there's radios. It's like newspaper. It's like we're hemorrhaging badly.
Oh yeah.
All the barbarians are at the gate. We have all these different mediums that are coming in. Podcasting for one. I mean, I as a podcaster for 13 years, I came in to destroy radio.
Right.
Like that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I don't think that terrestrial radio will ever be completely gone.
No.
I don't think it will.
No, not at all.
Right.
But the landscape is going to completely change.
But yeah, it had to evolve.
It's going to evolve, and
that's where I think it was, know.
And what I was getting at though is that I feel like they really shot themselves in their foot by doing this, because it's like, oh, we're trying to save ourselves money, and a lot of people just stop listening. This like this is all I needed to give up on it.
And I mean,
and what did they gain at the end?
I honestly think that radio is way ahead of like newsprint. I mean, radio has really like been bolstering themselves for years to get ready for. I mean, you buy a car now, and the car comes with a screen in the middle
and apps,
and it has apps. And one of those apps is Stitcher, and Stitcher ain't the radio. And you can get Wi-Fi in your car, and you can listen to podcasts, or you can podcast off your phone. I mean, I really feel like radio was starting back in those days to see. I don't know how, but like if you look at them versus like print media, I feel like radio was ahead of the game, trying to like and I mean it sucked that they that happened, but I mean I feel like that's what they were doing. I mean they were how do we cut costs?
For sure. I mean they're trying to figure out excuse me, they're trying to figure out how they can maximize their bottom line, right?
Yeah.
And years ago they came out with this thing. They were like, okay, HD radio is the future.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And that was like, I was like, what the fuck is this?
And it's like, all right, what's HD radio? They're like, well, you could have the Edge 1 and the Edge 1.1 and 1.2, and have
cares,
these different. And it's like, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
It's like HDTV where you had the different, like 1 point, like you had like 13.1, 13.4.
Yeah, exactly. With my antenna on my TV, I have 7.1, 7.2. That's all fine and dandy for like.
I remember when they were like
over the air TV
that out there. Yeah.
Yeah, and now they're saying like their whole deal is like digital. They want to sell digital because, I mean, granted, everything's online.
Right.
Like everything is online. I mean, I don't really listen to radio a whole lot. If I do, I'm listening to like a football game or listen maybe some talk radio. But
talk radio like ESPN. And guess what the talk radio does at the very end of the hour? They go, well, that's the end of our show, and if you missed the show, be sure to listen to the podcast.
Listen to our podcast
later on the day,
Yep.
which is insane. Because I mean, for me, it's insane.
Yeah.
Because I mean, where I came from to now, it's like everyone's got one. Every show has one. I remember when Tom Likas, Tom Likas?
Oh yeah,
I remember
Tom Likas. That fucking guy.
Can't do it, can't see it, don't want it.
Oh, I do remember.
I
him.
fucking hate. First of all, I hate him. And but I used to impersonate him on the show all the time. And Billy had never listened to it, but he just loved my impersonation.
1-800-5800-TOM.
This is Tom Likas. Women should be in the kitchen. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And he had his fucking Hawaiian shirt on. Anyway, he left. He got fired because he's a misogynistic piece of shit. He got fired, and then he went and started podcasting, and he proclaimed that he invented it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, thank God.
Him and Al Gore should get together and do some stuff.
But I mean, like there's some things that have happened. Like I remember I used to just literally like hate radio because it was like this medium that I was trying to like. I mean, I wanted to be on the radio, but then I also felt like the radio like was probably limiting. Podcasting, you weren't you're not limited. You just can do whatever the fuck you want to.
Yeah.
And So then, like, I remember Adam Carolla gets fired from the radio.
Yep.
And Adam Carolla's like, well, I have some money. I'm going to create a podcasting studio, and I'm going to see what happens. And, I mean, good or bad, way you feel about him, Adam Carolla, number one, he evolved podcasting.
He did.
Number two, he saved it.
He's one of the reasons why we're podcasting. I'll tell you why.
Well, all of us.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but go for it.
We talked to him.
Yeah.
We've interviewed him 3 or 4 times, and he remembered us.
Yeah.
Like, every time we talked to him, he would remember us, and he was always,
Oh, he has a steel trap of a mind. He's
yeah. And before, so when you're doing these radio interviews, basically what will happen is like a booker will come on, they'll get you on the phone, and they'll say, okay, hold on, he's wrapping this up. He wraps it up, and then he comes to you, and it's like, okay, we're going live in 30 seconds, or we're going live in a minute and a half. And you sit there and you have a conversation with these people. And Adam Carolla is like, why don't you guys do a podcast?
Right.
When are you going to do a podcast?
Yeah.
He's like, just go out, get 5,000 listeners. After you do that, get 10,000. He's like, get up to 50. He's like, do a podcast.
I'm very excited you guys have done a podcast.
Well, he saved us, too. Do you know that? He actually saved us.
How so?
So there was this fucking internet, patent troll.
Oh, yeah.
Who had bought
I've heard of those.
Who had bought this patent that was basically saying it was a really wide, they go out and they buy these patents that are generic, like in tone.
And then they sue.
And then they sue everybody. And they came in, and it was some patent that basically said, you record a thing and put it on the internet, and people download it. I mean, it was really, generic. And he was suing people right and left. And he sued Carolla. He sued, I want to say, oh man, what was the big podcast? I could tell you all kinds of podcasting history, but there was a couple big ones. And Adam Carolla, he just wanted a payout. Mm-hmm. He wanted like $20,000.
Yeah,
which Adam Carolla could break off $20,000. And
sure.
Adam Carolla goes, no, fuck you. And the guy could have literally shut down if they would have went high enough, whatever. And so what Adam Carolla did was he did a crowdfunding thing, and he goes, we got to fight this because we need this medium to be open. And he crowdfunded it, and he countersued that guy and won.
Wow.
And so that's why we, because there was a little while there that it was, I didn't know what we were going to do. I mean, I don't know how, you can always, because of the internet being the Wild West, in a way, there's always a way.
Sure.
But it was going to be different. And he fought it and won. And that was, and I'll never forget that. And people kind of shit on him a little bit right and left because of his politics. But whatever. He did what he did. And now we can sit here and say motherfucker on a Christmas show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Adam Carolla.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And so my question to you now is now you've done what, 5 episodes?
Yeah, we have 5 episodes completed.
So what do you think?
I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's there's not a lot of pressure, which is good. And you can sit and you can bullshit with somebody. Like we talked to the last one we recorded was Matt Page. He's you guys are familiar with Master Ken?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Master Ken. He came and he hung out with us. And we just got to sit there and shoot the shit with him for an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which is different from what you ever did before.
yeah.
Because you
it's
get like 5 minutes with him?
Well, you're really bound by the clock. You have the clock, and you can't do anything that's going to affect your bottom line. So you've got a commercial stop set that starts at 15 minutes after the hour and it ends at 21 after the hour, and then you have an island commercial here, and you have to try to plan for all this. And Dex and I were never really good at that.
Yeah.
He was the one that was back driving the ship, all the controls.
Seat 1.
He's where you are right
Yeah.
now. But we didn't really function really well that way, because it's like if we get going on a groove, it's like let's just keep going and see what happens.
And now you can.
And now we can.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's killer. It's great.
Oh.
The one time we did do that, we interviewed Joe Rogan. It was like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Right. And we were his last interview, and usually they say you have like 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
And we started talking to Joe Rogan, and the 6 minutes were up and the booker comes on and he says, all right, guys, he's like, we got to wrap it up. And Joe's like, no, I want to keep talking to these guys. And we literally talked to him for 48 minutes.
That's amazing.
dope as hell.
48 minutes straight. And, we blew off our commercial breaks and, we got in trouble, almost got fired. But, it's
Worth it.
Yeah. But see, and that's the kind of thing I mean. It's like we weren't really built for that. And I think that this is
what you're built for.
This is going to be much, it's going to feel
gonna
much
work
more
better.
natural, I
Yeah.
think.
Right.
And I listen to that first one. I mean, right out of the gate. Usually, go listen to the first episode of any podcast.
Yeah.
And it's usually okay or terrible, because people are they don't have that. A lot of people don't have that technique.
They got to find their groove, and then,
Yeah.
you guys already have that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we have this weird chemistry, man. I mean, it's like when we first started working each other, we did not fucking like each other.
It almost
Oh,
seems like you don't
really?
like each other now.
Well, I mean, it's like brothers, though.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
like a
it's like
gimmick.
it's like I can say this to him, but if you say that to him, I will kick your ass.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, it's one of those kind of relationships. But when we first worked together, we did not like each other. I mean, for
Wow.
probably like almost 2 years. It was
said,
rough.
What did he say? He said you were arrogant. He said you were stuck up.
Yeah, he said nobody liked you, and I was like, "Fuck
Nobody
you,
liked
nobody
me.
liked you."
I like that. He goes, people stuck about you behind your back how they hated you. I was like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, he said that, and I was like, "Name names. Tell me who." He said, "Put him on blast right now."
He said, tell me whose name it is. He goes, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Put him on blast. But after we had some stuff happen, and we kind of just came together and said, "All right, let's do this." And we have this weird chemistry, where it's like it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
We can show up around each other. We can not see each other for 6 months and end up being at a party together, and it's like we've never been apart.
Right.
Right.
So we have this weird chemistry that just kind of works.
I've really enjoyed the lead up to the podcast because it almost seemed like Dex was not into it at all.
Did you listen to the first
Have you listened to
episode?
the first one?
I did. I know.
He doesn't
But,
seem like he's into it now.
I know, but the lead up to it was hilarious to me. It was just great. I
Yeah.
was enjoying every moment of that.
Yeah, Dex, the first episode, I was trying to figure out, like, what do we call it? What do we say about it? Because, I don't want to say it's not good, but I mean, really what that first episode is about is really just for the people who know us and have listened to us. And it's just like, two people kind of catching up.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this is where we are. This is what's happening with us right now. This is what's happened. We don't go like too far in the past. We're not dwelling on a bunch of shit. We're just kind of, this is where we are now, and this is what I'm excited for. I was a little bit worried about Dex at first because, honestly, I mean, listening to the first episode, it's like, dude, pull your stick out of your ass
Right.
Yeah.
and put your big boy pants on because
Well, he
we're
wasn't
doing
wearing
this.
any pants, right? Was that
Yeah.
the thing? He came in and took
Yeah.
his pants off?
It started
yoga
stretching. Yeah.
My question. Well, not a question. My observation is like in that first episode, you, the way you just described it isn't how I heard it. It's really interesting. It's like whenever I'm listening to it, you sound like the host, and you're almost interviewing him, in a way.
Yeah, well, he was kind of quiet that day.
He was, yeah.
and that's one of the things I think that that we've learned is like it's almost like parenting.
Yeah.
Like one day,
Yeah.
my wife will be a terrorist. Like she is just not having it with the kids.
Yep.
And then I have to step in and be like, okay, I'm the voice of reason, and I'm going to take this. And sometimes
Yep.
I'm the asshole.
Yep.
And she will come in and pick up where I need her to pick up, and it's kind of like that with a show.
Yeah.
We've kind of figured that out. Working together
Right.
for so long.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I first started listening to you guys, I really got that feeling for it too. Like even back then, because it seemed like he would get real crazy sometimes. Like or at least, and I always felt that you were like so grounded. Like you'd keep things on tracks, or like you would feed him just enough to get him like riled
Yeah.
up, and then like still like
I'm a good instigator.
Yeah. And like I always felt that it's like you knew the buttons to push,
Yes.
and like you'd get him like so wound
Right.
up, and then like it was just like. You would keep everything grounded and stuff, but you would just kind of like feed
Right.
into it and stuff. I feel that way now, even hearing the first episode,
Right.
is that it has that same dynamic to it. It has that same
Yeah.
feeling for it, and it was very refreshing to hear.
Yeah.
When Billy was here, and Billy and I did the show for 7 years together, it was that thing where like Billy knew like I'm in the seat one and I'd have to get everything going.
Yeah.
So sometimes he would start the show. He would fire up and he'd be the first guy, even though I'm the host. He would fire in, and then I would start talking. I knew when he would stop, and I knew it was weird. I knew when
You
he was
guys
going
had a very symbiotic thing.
I knew when he was going to stop, and I knew when I could start, and then he knew when I was running out of gas, especially interviewing somebody, and he would come in. It was the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
But it was just like that. It's like that chemistry. It's like that. It's like a dance. You know, it's like, well, I'm going to lead for a while, and then, oh wait, you're going to lead now.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired. My knee hurts a little bit, so you push, and it was really weird. How like and it's weird now because like there's the four of us now. Ray's new, and Ray kind of came in and weirdly picked it up quickly.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you seem like you've just been here.
Yeah.
I know. It's like he's been here forever.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you listen to a new podcast, it's like especially if they have multiple people, and there's parts you can't really understand because they don't understand stepping on each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One thing that I would, if you're listening to this and you want to start a podcast, you want to be on the radio, I'll tell you right now, the best advice we ever got from Bill May, our boss, was everybody's got to have a lane.
Yep.
Like everybody has a role in the show, and everybody has their own lane, and you have to figure out what your lane is, like who you are. So when we first started doing the show, I was single, and Dex was married. And I think he had one kid or maybe two or something like that. And I was single at the time and I was enjoying life. I had stopped using cocaine. So that was
Sounds like you're enjoying
So
too
you
much.
had
Sorry,
that.
I was gonna go into that. I was like, I don't want to bring that up. I didn't want to.
No, it's fine. I don't care. I'll talk about it.
Okay.
But I had quit using, and
You did say you were a DJ at the strip club.
yeah, and
I assumed it was normal.
But I was kind of like the single dude that was out like chasing tail all the time, and Dex was kind of the straight guy. So when we started the show, I was kind of like, I wasn't like the wacky dude, but I was kind of like the dude that was out all hanging out, chasing girls and partying, and Dex was at home, and those were the lanes that we had established. But I mean, those things change too as time goes on.
Well, they
things
evolve, yeah.
things evolve and things change. So yeah.
Now is he the single guy chasing tail?
Now he's the single guy that has a girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Isn't that weird how time changes and
Yeah, shit happens, man.
Time wounds all heals.
It happens. It does.
That's-
Yeah.
yeah.
So
What?
That's a John Lennon quote.
It is.
Yeah. No, I was listening. Yeah.
Read a book, Smiley.
Read a book. Go outside. God
I
almighty.
feel like Smiley, you need to like
John Lennon wrote a book.
No.
Oh my gosh.
You could be their stunt guy.
Yeah.
If you've ever thought about doing stunts, I can feed some to you guys, and you can do them if you're willing to do them.
He does stunts.
He
He
could be
does.
Dilbert.
He does stunts
weird,
without us
actually.
even
I
asking.
I work as a stunt man.
He does stunts for he does background extra work for NBC Universal, and
Okay.
he can do stunts. So they
Very cool.
they contracted him.
Okay.
And
I thought about that the other day.
Throw me into a wall.
I've got a friend
I'll
I
tell
think
you
that's
the
going to be
best
opening
way.
like a stuntman school
Actually,
here.
you'll probably
Wow.
tell
And
me
this
as
is one
well.
of those weird things. Like I've always had this weird idea about certain things. Like if I was ever on a plane,
Yeah.
right, like on a jetliner, and
You've
the steward
never been on a plane?
No, I've been on a plane, Smiley. Follow the story, bro. But I have this idea that if like the flight attendant came out of the cockpit and she's like, the pilot just keeled over. Does anybody know how to land this thing?
you've seen Airplane.
I would probably raise my hand and be like, I think I can do that.
I think I
Played
can
a
figure it
video
out.
game.
I think I can do that.
Yeah, man.
You know?
I played Top Gun on the NES.
Yeah, and it's like the same thing. Like with the stunt guys, it's like I have a couple of friends that are stuntmen, and when I found out that this school was probably going to be open here, I was like, "Am I too old to do this?" Like, I bet I could probably do it because one of the things I really wanted to do before we ended the show and we never got a chance to was I wanted somebody to catch me on fire like they do in the movies. Oh my
God.
Like wear the suit, catch you on fire.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run like a zombie on
yeah.
fire, and I'm gonna fall down. You're gonna come and hose me down, and it's like, am I too old for? I'm 48. Can I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
pull
Yeah,
this
yeah.
off?
You're never too old for anything.
No. That's you can do that at any age. It's like falling 3 stories is you need a little.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But I mean, just for like the normal stuff, like you need to push me into a wall or you know, catch me on fire. I could probably do that.
I don't think I do the on fire thing either. I mean,
I get dropped through tables. That's usually what.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna drop you through a table.
He was
like
in
3 or 4
Avengers.
times.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, he was an extra in Avengers. He fought supposedly Captain America, but it was the stuntman. You know?
Yeah. Captain America's stuntman kicked my ass.
Nice. That's good claim to fame.
That's pretty dope.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is the first I'm hearing about this, Smiley. I
Ray-
think I
Ray-
need a little bit more.
Okay,
Ray's
well-
also kind of a stuntman.
Yeah, except for
Right?
like, I can do all the stunts, but
Champion
there's like
of
no
the
padding.
multiverse.
Yeah, there's no padding, so whenever they're putting us through, I did help on a movie recently, and whenever I was there, I was helping train some of the actors to go through some of their stunts because it was actually a movie about wrestling. So we were putting them through the moves, and then they'd like tell us what they wanted, and then they like pull all these like pads in, and we'd do it, and then they'd be like, "Is everyone okay? Is everyone okay?" And we're, yeah, like
Ray's all,
pads, like,
Ray's all, you're not stabbing me with a fork.
All right,
yeah,
so
exactly.
so let's. I need to unpack this wrestling thing a
Yeah.
little bit. So you're the champion of the multiverse.
Yes.
For Party Hard Wrestling.
Party Hard Wrestling.
We're
in
very proud of it.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
Yeah.
How do you become like? When do you just decide like what's your aha moment? That's like I want to throw people through tables and I want to have people break chairs over my head. Like, when's your aha moment where you decide that's what you're going to do?
I wish that there was like this like moment where the light bulb came on. It's like I want to just get the shit kicked out of me every weekend for next to no money. But what it was I was a big fan of wrestling. I had a group of friends in high school that we all loved wrestling, and whenever we were like younger, we'd like just go to beat each other up on the trampoline, and we'd do some light backyard wrestling. And then it was not as light backyard wrestling; it was like full blown backyard wrestling where we were like doing like the super dangerous stuff you'd see on like E-Bombs World back in like the early 2000s and stuff like the
E-Bombs World.
So we were,
What's the kid's name? The crazy one.
oh, Superhuman. Yes,
Super-
that's
Have you
why.
seen
yeah.
Superhuman?
No.
Wow,
God. So he's this
looked him
kid
up.
that takes his shirt off. Well, okay, he basically does the dangerous stunts that a wrestler would do without the wrestling part. Like he'll have like a big piece of plywood with all the barbed wire on it, and he stands up on a chair and he does a little speech, and then he does a front flip into the barbed wire, and
That's the
end of the stunt.
yeah.
Or a front flip into a table, or a front flip into like
or
a
elbow drop on a microwave.
yeah.
Just all.
And he's called Superhuman.
Yeah.
Oh my!
And it's like you're just like every time someone posts one of those videos, I'm like, okay, I gotta watch this shit.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna have a rough old age, but you know, his claim to fame is amazing.
So how old are you?
I'm about to turn 30.
So you're about to turn 30.
Yeah.
So is it affecting your physical body yet? Because I mean, I assume it would, because what people don't realize about wrestlers, the little that I know, is you have to be a really good athlete to do it. And the training is like paramount, because we were talking about some stuff before we started the podcast about Chris Benoit and him injuring himself. But
well, and what blows my mind about that is like the cardiovascular condition you have to be in.
oh yeah.
And I don't understand like King Kong Bundy and all those guys who just look fat. Like they look like they got off the couch.
Right.
And then they can do like a 20-30 minute match. Like how in the hell are you doing that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to tell you, I don't do anything as cool as you do, Ray. But my 3-year-old likes to wrestle. That's her favorite thing in the whole world. And I'm 31, and I can't handle a 3-year-old jumping on me, at me, choking me, throwing my face through the couch.
Right.
It sounds worse than it is. We play wrestling. Yeah, so how is your body
She comes,
holding up?
she comes in, cracks a beer, and she's all
Right.
dun 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 dun.
She's crazy. She jumped on this weekend. Her new thing was to jump from one couch onto us from the other couch.
Fuck,
And-
I want to do that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sounds
no, it
fun.
looks really fun.
Another beer and you'll be ready to go.
Yeah.
Was she
Yeah.
using like her legs?
What?
Was she using her legs just to, like around the neck? Take you
Yeah,
to the
she
ground?
does that sometimes. I mean, she moves so fast. Like, until you're a parent, you don't know how fast a 3-year-old can move.
Yeah.
She's very athletic. I can't keep up with her.
Okay, okay. This is only from an uncle standpoint, you can attach weights to them.
No,
I mean,
no.
That's
Wow,
not
yeah, that's
sustainable
not
though.
good.
We have her.
What do you want to give her? Superhuman strength?
Right, I know.
Oh, no.
She's gonna be a little baby with like
have you seen
giant
those-
traps.
She already is
Yeah.
super strong. Like I can't. No, we don't want to build her muscle
Oh no!
strength, Smiley.
I want my nephew to be like crazy
He's not,
strong.
a
That's
pit bull. He's not a
'cause-
pit bull, Smiley.
Yeah, he's not gonna start feeding him gunpowder.
And also, you don't live with him 50% of a
Right.
week. Like we literally have her 50% of the time.
So it's like a turtle shell. You put him over on the back.
Fuck, are you talking
wow,
about?
Smiley.
So I did see this product where it was like these ankle weights you put on your kid to tire them out, and people were like, "What do you want him to fucking dunk right away?" And I'm
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
No, I would never
Shit.
do that. She's already stronger than
Yeah.
me.
Turn
to
your
be
kid into a
honest.
kickboxer.
Fuck, Tong Po. So we're at the. I got to slow us down here. We're at the break time. So how could people find the Buck and Dex podcast?
I believe it's really anywhere you want to get podcasts.
That's the best answer right there.
We have it everywhere. We have it
Everywhere.
on. We have it everywhere.
So it was real easy for you to just fly right in and get the iHeartRadio on them.
Yeah, they didn't even send me anything. Like I just went and
God
checked
damn
one
it.
day and it was
What
on
the-
there.
what?
They must for us. They must have been like 10 drink minimum. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, they didn't send us anything. They said they were going to send us something, and then we were. It was like
Okay.
it was the day before it was launching.
Yeah.
and I just decided to go on there and look, and
And that probably could have
Lo
been
and
the same
behold,
for
we were
us.
there.
I just waited for the email, and I was just like, I'm not going to promote it till then. But I wonder if like our name, which is fine. I don't give a shit. I'll keep the name no matter what.
yeah, but there's some really fucking weird names
There
out
really
there.
are.
Like I
Oh.
saw this podcast. I've been looking through podcasts and like
Yeah.
looking at popular podcasts, and I found this one with these two girls. They're based out of New York or something like that. They're like these young 20-year-olds. And
Yeah.
I think it's called something like I Can't Come or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
it's something.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
it guys we used to fuck?
Do they?
No, it wasn't
That's
guys we-
one.
That's
no,
one of my
it was something
favorites.
similar to that, but it was like
Yeah.
yeah, and they're one of the top rated podcasts, and it's like
I saw one. So I was like, I got one of those Amazon devices you talked about. I don't want it to talk. I don't want it to hear me. I don't want it to hear me. I got the one that is like the screen for Christmas.
oh
yesterday.
yeah.
So I was like, Allegra, I was like, play 10 drink minimum podcast. And it's all playing 2 drink minimum podcast. And I was like, what the fuck?
Oh,
and it
no.
was some show called 2 drink minimum podcast. And I was like, people are just, and their fonts are like ours. And I was like,
Really?
you
Don't like that.
motherfuckers. All right.
Do we have to go
I have to go bust a leg.
somewhere?
Huh.
No, because I feel like anymore it's so saturated. It's all on your merit. So you know what? If they're good, they're good. If they're not, they're not. So
Also,
Right.
2 drink minimum doesn't have the same
no, of course not.
joke.
That's for pussies.
That's
Yeah.
what-
Yeah.
So anywhere people can get podcasts, they can get the Buck and Dex podcast.
Yeah, you can get it anywhere you get podcasts. We actually have a website too. It's just buckandexarmy.com.
Nice.
And you can
Nice.
actually go on there and listen to the episodes there as well.
Cool.
So we have it everywhere.
Holly, what you got?
All right. As usual, tomorrow we have the Idiot Revolution. I almost said podcast. It is not a podcast. It is an open mic with Roil.
It's a revolution.
It's a revolution. At Founders downtown, the password will be posted in the morning. I'm sure it'll be something stupid like it usually is. Tomorrow night is our pajama jam.
Oh,
So we're
Oh.
all going to wear PJs.
jammies.
Yes. And so sign up is around 8. The show starts at 9. It's a super fun time. I don't know if we're doing nuggets tomorrow or not.
What are nuggets?
Let's do
Oh.
nuggets. What?
You want to?
How do I not-
Let's do nuggets.
How do I not
Let's
know
do
this?
nuggets.
So
I'm
we
coming.
all-
I'm coming. We'll do nuggets.
We're gonna do nuggets tomorrow. So we all call each other the Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Victoria started it.
Yes,
'Cause
she's
was
little
the little
nugget,
nugget, right?
yeah.
She calls everyone nuggets.
So
Okay.
we all adopted this, and then we started doing Nugget Night.
And so we bring nuggets.
We
from
bring McDonald's nuggets.
Oh, okay.
And we'll have
Chris always gives the McDonald's place a heart attack because he'll get like 100 million nuggets.
Yeah, I'll go in and get like 80 nuggets, and they're like, "Fuck." Call in reinforcements. I dropped a nugget in the fryer. And so we'll have like 20-piece nuggets across the bar.
Yeah,
Oh,
and we
nice.
get all the
Yeah.
sauces, and you have to get
Yeah.
there early. So since we're doing nuggets, come early, guys, because we
I can do it,
put
so.
down some nuggets
Straight up.
And then so I was supposed to record my hour special on the 28th but Trick Lock Theater made an oopsie doodle. And
Oops.
they double booked it and didn't tell me until this week, but that's okay. That's okay. We're fine with it. So we're going to record that on January 19th, and the whole 10 Drink crew will be there too to do a Q&A. It's going to be pretty fun. So it's January 19th at Trick Lock. And I think that's all I got.
I just like the oopsie doodle part.
Yeah.
Oopsie doodle.
Ray, what do you got? What do you got coming up?
I'm going to be spending some time with family during the holidays, so things are going to be pretty slow for me as far as wrestling. But January 10th in Mesa, Arizona, Party Hard Wrestling is going to be bringing Party Mania 4, and I'm going to be taking on Parada and Mr. Classic.
Party Mania 4.
Yeah.
What you gonna do, brother?
So I'm going to be defending championship of the multiverse against these two young guys. I think they have a
Wait, you're defending against
fighting
two
two
guys?
guys?
Yes, in a triple threat match. And
okay.
these two guys, Parada is one of the most promising talent in the Southwest.
His name's Piranha?
Parada. Yeah.
Parada.
Yeah. and then Mr. Classic is the holder of the Golden Fanny Pack, which is
that's right.
Party Hard Wrestling's version of the Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so he cashed in to main event at Party Mania 4.
Oh, shit.
So it became a triple threat match.
It went from a single to a triple threat.
Yeah, so that'll be going on January 10th, Party Hard Wrestling. And
Are you going to take a fork to the head on that one?
we'll see. I don't intend to be taking any more forks to the head. Hopefully, I'll be doing the stabbing this time. But that's it. And then to keep up with everything else in between, you can find me on pretty much any social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all under Ray Basuda. And I'll be posting some things throughout the holidays. And we're going to be working on some video work that'll be coming out in January. So, yeah, just follow me and you'll see
I
all
want
that
to be
stuff
in that.
coming up.
Can I be in some?
Yeah.
Can I be in some?
I just want to be.
I was thinking of like when you were talking about that, I was thinking about like really great merchandising. Like you guys should have, maybe both of us should do this. We
Yeah.
should get like, a 10 drink minimum fanny pack that
Yes.
you can like
Oh, please don't.
give to list. No, I think it'd be great.
Hamster loves
100%.
Hamster has a collection of fanny packs.
Oh,
He calls
That's a
them
great
fanny
idea.
Packs.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We'll talk more
Are you a
about
fanny
this.
pack?
Yeah,
So you wear fanny packs?
No, but I would.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, dude, I grew up in the 80s. I
You
used
guys
to.
are
Exactly.
reinforcing.
So did I.
Maybe in the
all
second
that
hour,
shit's coming. You have to understand, it's all coming back full
Cyclical,
circle.
yeah.
In the
like
second
the-
hour, I definitely have some stories to tell you about how
Well-
important the fanny pack is in the wrestling world.
Well, hold on.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
huge, but we also have some stuff for the second hour we have to talk about. So, go ahead, James.
Oh. Am I just doing...
Yeah,
All right.
whatever you want to do. Promotions.
All right.
Fall off the chair, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Did you smoke a bunch of weed before you came over here today?
He got up at 4 a.m.
No, I've...
Are you just loopy?
I was working on a set...
New Mexico Film Water.
New Mexico Film Water. All right. I've been working since 4 a.m. yesterday.
New Mexico Film Water is a code for vodka in a water bottle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows it. Anyway, you can see me on... Was it
Midnight Texas
Midnight Texas second
On-
season
on Hulu, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
on Hulu and
Reverend Horton Heat was in the second season of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah, he was.
Yep.
The Brave.
Yeah, I guess I'm on that too. I don't
And
know.
then
Anyway,
Deputy coming out.
and Deputies coming up. And
Cool.
Chris knows more about it than I do.
I'm just helping you. It's Christmas. I don't really have anything live to talk about. I want to tease for the second hour. I really think, and I know this is so hack, but we've got to talk about, it's Christmas time. We got to talk about what is the best Christmas movie of all time.
Yes.
We have to talk about it. I mean, I know that like 20 other podcasts are probably going to do that, and I don't give a fuck. I mean, they're not us. But yeah, I want to thank Buck for coming on. You going to stay for the second hour? You going to hang out?
I probably will go home because I have a wife that's expecting me.
You sure?
It says like 7:15 on my calendar,
Yeah.
so she expects me at
Okay.
because I got here at 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah, I came over.
Okay.
to-
I
yeah.
get- I
but
get
thank you
that.
guys for having me.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
maybe we'll have your whole crew come down and you guys can
Sounds
all
good.
pile down and
The Buck and Dex.
come to the
podcast.
basement.
Yeah.
That'd
I'd
be
love
so
to.
Yeah, man.
fun.
I've got a very nice basement.
Good.
That sounds like
you're
you're
one of the
gonna
few
kill us.
people that I would be okay hearing that statement
Yes.
from.
I know it sounds
Yeah.
a little creepy, but
No.
it's actually a very nice
gonna
basement.
kill us.
It's got a fireplace.
Well, then we want to
Ooh.
thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
And absolutely. And congratulations on the show, the launch and everything. It was the 20th, right?
Yep.
It's my mom's birthday. I
20th.
think you did that on purpose.
I did.
Yeah.
If you're listening, that was for you.
That was free. But yeah, I mean, definitely check us out on all the social media outlets, facebook.com/10drink, 10drinkminimum.com, at 10drink, Instagram. What's yours, Holly?
Oh, it's Holly Bird Comedy. That's Bird with a Y.
Nice. And if you don't listen anymore, happy holidays. And we definitely drink during the holidays. Oh,
Happy Hanukkah.
I'm going to have a big announcement during the second hour.
Ooh.
Sorry. For myself. Happy Hanukkah. Right? And we definitely drink during the holidays, as should you. But always remember,
Never get too drunk to jerk
10drinkminimum.com.
time does. The sun is a son of one. You took me off of my mind until the end of time. You took the earth from my mind until the end of. You took the earth from my mind until the end of time. You took the earth from my mind until the end of. Slow your pride, left you tired tracks, build your fire. I won't be too blunt, take the word from fate delusion now. Enter the night, bring your head attached, we can survive. I won't be too blunt, take the word from fate delusion now. I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I live my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Oh, yeah.
Shazam.
We are live back for the Christmas episode of 10 Drink Minimum. It's kind of felt like that a little bit, right?
It's a very festive, wavy hour.
It is.
Yeah.
So tonight we're drinking Red Door. So I thought that I would share a little bit of my life being a brewer's lady.
It's hard to be a brewer's wife and daughter.
Not really. I mean, so we get so Red Door has a canning line, and they can their beers. They were testing the canning line.
Oh, I see.
So generally, when they can, we get a certain take from the canning, and he'll bring
so it's
home.
not hard. It's actually nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. Except for the last few weeks, because they tested the canning line, so they only had vanilla cream cans with the labels on them, and they tested canning the other beers, and so we've been playing beer roulette in my house the last few weeks.
I'm about to try this.
Mm-hmm.
So you will either have a vanilla cream, like the label says, or a red, which is pretty good, or an IPA.
And one of them is camel piss.
Yeah. But just to be clear.
I got the IPA.
Just to be clear, when you go buy Red Door in the store, this will not happen.
No.
You'll get what the label says. It's just,
But
this is something fun.
They're like, well, let's see what happens.
Yeah,
Fuck
so
it,
we literally got 6 cases of this beer at my house, and we've been playing this for like weeks. So I was like,
so
I'm going to
take.
take.
You like and you trade, and then Hamster will take, and you know.
So Hamster will drink all of them.
Yeah. I got a vanilla cream.
Yeah,
Here,
that's my favorite.
You want to trade?
So my favorite beer
IPA.
at Red Door is their vanilla cream. Which is why this is especially cruel for me.
Here, help me figure out what this is. Actually, you know what? Don't.
Yeah.
Here,
I'm fighting off a sickness.
I
so
can tell what it is
Okay.
by smelling it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That looks like a red to me.
It tastes like a red, but I wasn't sure. I knew it was an IPA, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what the vanilla cream. I was like, but I'm not catching a vanilla cream.
So the thing about the vanilla cream,
The vanilla cream it tastes like vanilla cream.
yeah,
You're all,
it's great.
you know,
It's my favorite beer. I've been a regular at Red Door before I met Hamster, and that was my favorite, and it disappoints him that's my favorite.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, because it's a good beer, but they make so much of it all the time that he's kind of like bored
I always
of
love
making
when you go
it.
to a brewery and you're like, I like this one beer, and they're like, really?
Yeah.
Why would you like that one?
I mean, I try all of his things. Like, he just released a thing. So he does a thing every Friday the 13th. It's called Jason's Red Goes, because Jason, Friday the 13th, is a thing.
What?
So I'll drink that.
I saw that. Yeah.
And then, every time he makes a beer, I will try it. But the true love of my life is vanilla cream. So if he gets a vanilla cream, he knows he has to give it to me every time. Also,
sounds
I'm not a
amazing.
huge IPA fan, so
Chris seems like he's a big IPA fan.
I'm not.
From what I can
No.
Yeah.
From what I could gather.
Yeah, but he almost vomited all over all the electronics.
You know what? I used to be, and I used to be like everyone else. That was like, "Oh, IPA is the way to go," and I'm just not anymore. I feel like IPA. Whenever a new beer scene happens, like you go to, Decatur, Illinois, for example, you're there, and they're like, it's our second year of having a breweries in our city, and you go up, and everything tastes like an IPA, whether it's a red, whether it's a wheat, whether it's and I feel like that's just the evolution of like brewing.
These craft beers.
Craft beer.
Yeah.
And
Have you guys ever had like snuff?
Like
Yes.
the films?
No. No. Like,
I think Buck just invited us to one. He said
Right.
in the basement.
I just watched
Yeah.
a documentary thing about snuff films, and I feel very strange now about that.
wow, that was not what I was talking about.
You're
at
talking
all.
about the stuff you like huff, like tobacco that you like sniff into your lungs.
Exactly.
Okay.
That our forefathers used
That's
to do.
what
Yeah.
IPAs are.
What we fought wars for.
Yeah.
That's what IPAs taste like.
Yeah.
It tastes like you're just drinking
Snuff.
snuff.
I like IPAs, but I do feel that there are certain ones, like the La Cumbre IPA, it's just too much for me.
It's
It almost
7K.
feels like I'm just biting into like a firewood.
I
Like,
think
Yeah.
I feel like the for me the one I can have, and I know this isn't Red Door, but it's for me Santa Fe. There's 7K.
Oh yeah, the 7K is all right.
So good.
Red Door did have a DIPA, so
Yeah.
for their anniversary this year, their head brewer
You
went
dip,
a little
I
crazy.
dip, I-
Yes, that's for their 5th anniversary this year. Their head brewer lost his mind in the best way possible, and they released 5 beers on the 5th anniversary seasonals. Yeah, no, it was crazy. I didn't see hamster for days. But they had a DIPA, which is a double IPA, and that was amazing.
Quick question. As you were talking about going crazy, it was making me think about all these crazy Albuquerque commercials. Have you guys ever had the Yes Man on the show?
No.
Yes!
No, we haven't. No, we haven't.
Man, if somebody knows how to get a hold of the Yes Man,
Right.
really send them
That'd be
our
fun.
way, because I
That'd
would
be fun.
love to hear that guy's
Or
story.
the little girl who does the bring commercials.
no.
Poor
So,
thing.
You know what?
Don't
That
ever
leads into
bring her
this.
up.
So we're coming up. We have one more show for the year. We have our New Year's Eve show, which will be next Sunday. And I feel like we're going to kind of talk about what what our year was like. I assume that. I don't know. We probably should talk about that after the show. What we should do. But I assume we're gonna But I also want to say if there's ever a time we had Buck from the Buck and Dex show on the show.
Yeah.
And he was kind of a get that I've always wanted to get. And I know that there's people out there I have no idea who that is, but that's fine. If you live in the Albuquerque area, you should know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
And if there's someone out there that you want us to have on the show, let us know.
Maybe for the New Year's show next week, we should all think about our gets.
Okay.
I know I have a couple.
That's a good one.
And the sad thing about my gets they are friends of mine that I absolutely, positively, for sure could get on the show and just haven't.
Mine is only the Undertaker. I need Chris to confront him. I need him. I think he needs to confront the Undertaker, and I think that's.
I love it.
Yeah,
I think
love
that's
to do
great.
That. But I want to also point out right now it's our Christmas show, and 2 of us, I feel like we brought it.
Oh yeah, definitely, Chris. We got to see. We got to see the full sweater.
Do you guys want to see the
Wait.
full
Yeah,
sweater?
yeah. We got to see the full sweater.
All right, hold on.
I wore a
Yeah.
unicorn hoodie.
You did. I didn't say which 2.
Oh, okay.
I think I want to have my brother on the show.
Which two?
So Ray, I want to come in Ray because Ray's like, are we gonna do a holiday episode? I've never done a holiday. I mean, we have, but I've never done holiday decorations.
so
I know.
good. I
I'm
love it.
loving it.
Yeah.
And Ray's like, can we do a ugly sweater Christmas show? And I was like, well, yeah, I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll show mine off. All right,
Yours is the best.
Mine says ho ho ho, hold my beer, and it has 2 beer holders.
Yeah.
It's great. Where did you get that? That's amazing.
Spencer's Gifts.
I love it.
Nice.
So let me switch the camera real quick. Ray has on a birthday boy, and it has Jesus on it.
Yes, the real reason for the season.
Yes.
I'm not saying this could be a tradition, but it could be.
It should be a
Are we kind
tradition.
of
We
one up
should.
each other now?
Yeah.
Like fucking.
Okay. So.
Holly Ann's got on. You're a unicorn,
Yeah. Well. Okay. Here's the deal.
non-denominational.
My life changed a little bit this year. Okay. I think we can all argue that.
Yeah.
I'm now like a stepmom thing. And when I told her about this, I already owned this. And she loves unicorns. And I was like, I have to wear an ugly Christmas sweater. Like, what should I do? I took
Yeah.
her shopping. She helped me. And then she goes, you know what? You should wear your unicorn one.
Well, and then that's great.
And I was like, okay. But now I feel like next year I have to step it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
big time.
You know, but she's
Well-
3 now. So, like, I do things to make her happy. Not like she watches our show,
Yeah.
but.
I don't know why.
This-
But
this-
when you
this-
said I'm a unicorn, I was like, okay, because I saw
That was amazing.
a gift.
I
the
couldn't
other day.
see your face, so it was just a talking unicorn.
Yes. I saw a gift the other day. Someone gave a unicorn taco holder,
Yeah.
which was the stupidest gift I've ever seen.
Oh, my God.
And here's why. Because in order to use it, you have to take the mane and tail off.
Oh, dumb.
Yeah, for the tacos. So then
I
it looked
had-
like weird.
I had no idea how many products they made into unicorns
Yeah.
until my daughter came into my life. Because she, like, loves unicorns.
Oh, yeah.
Like loves them. And you would not believe like all the things that you can get that are unicorns. There are like adult themed unicorn things
sure
that are super inappropriate.
I'm sure
Don't
there's
like
a whole
them.
fetish of this.
Oh, there is.
So they're just
she
like-
also loves My Little Pony, and of course there's that. There's bronies who are
Brony.
yeah. Although I'm an adult who loves My Little Pony, so like whatever.
So they're just like horses.
It's great.
With like a.
They have talents, and they
Yeah.
work together to solve problems. It's called My Little Pony. Friendship is magic.
Oh no, My Little Pony's a shit.
Oh,
It's the
man.
best. It's the best. But when you're Christmas shopping for a 3-year-old, you find
Sure.
the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
Like Google unicorn gifts.
Oh, no.
I won't.
With the
I don't want a
search off?
virus.
With
Yeah.
I want to talk about a gift I got for Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So, in the history of this show, there is like a museum, if you go in my kitchen, of the drinking glasses that I have been given
Yes.
to do this show. It all started at the art bar. My grandmother passed away. And one of the things she had in her home was this like goblet candy dish, right?
Yeah.
So my parents, when we first started doing the art bar show, my parents brought it to me as a gift.
That was a candy
It was
dish.
a candy dish. So I would drink out of this goblet.
It was huge.
It's huge, but it held one beer.
Wow.
It was 12 ounces. It wasn't like crazy, but it looks insane.
Huge,
and it's
yeah.
super heavy. And a lot of times people would come in, and we didn't get hecklers because they were just like in awe of this glass I drank out of this goblet, you know? And so then throughout the years, I've been, people have made me mugs. So then the other day, I mean, I have like, this is probably like the 5th one. So the other day, my sister sent me a gift, and it came in the mail Thursday or Friday. So I thought, well, I guess this will be the new 10 drink minimum drinking thing. And it says on it, Beer Snob, and it has my name.
Aww.
So
I like it.
I love
I got
that.
that for Christmas. And it's funny because, like, the thing is here, and I don't drink right-handed. I'm left-handed. So I drink left-handed. I actually drink like this. So I have to hold it like this. So it's like,
Just show it up.
Oh, and-
beer knob. Yeah.
So you have to like look at it.
Yeah.
Right in front- you're all beer snob.
Right,
Thanks.
No, it's cool.
Real nice.
But
I
that
love
also
it.
leads me into, like, I kind of wanted to, I mean, this is really hacky. But I felt like we could really get into this more than anybody can.
Yes.
What is Wednesday is Christmas, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's the holidays.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a Christmas. It has to be a holiday. What is the greatest holiday movie ever made?
I will go first.
Oh, okay.
The greatest holiday movie ever made is A Christmas Story.
With Ralphie, the BB gun?
Yes. So my dad and I every year would watch this movie because my dad is grumbly and doesn't really like Christmas
Oh,
until
wow.
the day of. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
wow,
like
wow.
you can't watch Christmas movies with him
Right.
until Christmas Eve. And then he'll watch it. But he
Oh.
loves this movie. And then last year when it was just me and my dad for Christmas, we started a new tradition of eating Chinese food on Christmas Eve and watching A Christmas Story. And this year we're making his new wife do that.
Okay.
So it makes me happy. But
You don't
that
get
is the
sick of
greatest
it?
one.
You're not sick of it at all?
I'm not sick of it, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I'm not sick of it because every year I think that I get older and get more life experience. There's a different part of the movie that I relate to. So I assume that this year I'm going to relate so hard to the parents. You know what I mean? And like the older you get, the more you relate to different things. So when you're
Things
a kid,
change, yeah.
you relate to Ralphie.
Yeah, of course.
And then when you get older, you just start relating to different things. But I love that
Right,
one.
right.
And also, obviously,
was thinking-
It's a Wonderful Life is also
Okay.
great.
I was thinking about, just Chinese food.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah. Chinese food
Well, and
also
they
delicious.
go eat Chinese food. So let me ask you this.
Yes.
What year were you born?
I was born in 1988.
88. So
What the
already,
F?
It was already out, right?
Yeah.
So this is a movie that's been out your entire life.
Yes.
Because, like, A Christmas Story to me is a movie that came out when I was a kid. Like, I remember
Yeah.
when it came out.
Yeah.
Like, it was in the theater. Then it was at, like, you could watch it on HBO. Then
Yeah.
it was like, and so it's been a really interesting thing watching a movie go from like what do you call it? I don't know. Inception to like an iconic thing, you know?
Well, and to me, it's just always been part of Christmas because my dad loved the movie. So then, like, my dad just always, I don't remember ever not watching it.
I mean, that movie to me,
and I only watch it on Christmas Eve with my dad. So
that movie to me is the equal to It's a Wonderful Life for my parents because they remember when that, or whatever, you know.
And I love both of
those.
Out.
Yeah.
But if we're going untraditional, my favorite untraditional Christmas movie is not Die Hard.
Oh, thank God.
It is Gremlins.
Gremlins. See, now that's a thing. So do you consider movies that just take place during Christmas movies?
No, I just consider, so also in my home, my mom's really into Christmas, okay?
Christmas.
So like around Christmas, you know, like my mom would want to watch whatever, and I loved Gremlins. I loved Gizmo so much that I asked every year for a Mogwai.
Yeah.
And my parents would get me like Gizmo toys, and I'd be like, no, I want a real one. And they ruined my life one year by being like, okay, like they're not real. But
it's not Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Gremlins.
So they just bought you a raccoon.
Yeah.
They're all, here you go.
Here you go.
That's pretty much what it is.
I convinced my mom that
Don't
Gremlins
feed it after midnight.
Yeah. I convinced my mom that Gremlins was a Christmas movie because it took place like near Christmas.
It kind of is. Doesn't
he
he gets Gizmo for Christmas.
Yeah.
And then I think like the big battle at the end takes place at a toy store.
Yes.
It's like very Christmas.
Exactly.
Yeah, like as you said that, I was like, wow, I never thought of Gremlins.
So and I
thought that one
actually
either, too.
Yeah.
I actually have a pair of Gizmo earrings from Two Stone Betties that I wear at Christmas time, but I broke one, so I didn't get to wear it today. But it's literally just Gizmo with a red background, and it is the Christmassy thing, the most Christmassy thing I can think of, because Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Is it just me, or because Home Alone is the Christmas movie I go for?
Oh,
sure.
Okay. You're like, fuck it, Home Alone, dude.
No, I'm like, is that just me?
No, I think that's a pretty popular one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's huge. Like they play it like it's on repeat right now.
Right.
Like my idea of Christmas is
We just played that for our
everyone
daughter
went away.
last night.
Cool.
The Wet Bandit. I saw ugly Christmas sweaters that said the Wet Bandits. So yeah, definitely so.
I also like to say Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
I saw that ugly Christmas sweater as well.
I need that one.
So you say, James, you go with Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Okay.
It's a really fun movie.
You know which ugly Christmas sweater I wanted and I didn't order it and I loved it so much and I want it really badly. It was one that was blue and it had Pablo Escobar and it said "Let it snow."
Yes.
And it had guns and money like raining down.
That. Yeah.
And I was like, yes.
That's the holiday spirit. Right?
Ray, what is your Christmas? What is the greatest Christmas movie ever made?
Man, it's hard to pin down, but the one that stuck with me the most, and this is again by my personal opinion, is The Santa Claus, and I want to say that Tim Allen is a douchebag, and some of the jokes don't age probably the best. But man, The Santa Claus is like the most iconic Christmas movie, like in my home. Like I grew up, and like that movie just resonated with me, and like between Christmas Story, right?
Yeah.
Because they played that one like 24 hours straight, on repeat. I remember it was like TBS or whatever that would play it, but like every Christmas Eve, that movie would just be playing all day long.
Yeah.
So we'd always be watching that one. But for me, I just love the story of the Santa Claus.
I love that one too.
Yeah.
I want to play that one for my daughter. So this weekend we did Home Alone, and then this week we're gonna do Santa Claus and like all the things.
But I do want to say is The Grinch, I'm talking
I've
about
never
the
seen
Jim
that.
Carrey.
You've
one.
never seen
I've
the
never
Grinch?
seen the Jim Carrey one. I've seen the original.
I think that the Jim Carrey Grinch is going to go down as history eventually as the best Christmas movie.
You know what?
Interesting.
The new Grinch, just to say this, my daughter
There's a
loves
newer
it.
one?
Yeah.
Yes.
And the Jim Carrey one?
It's made from
It's
Pixar.
animated.
It's Pixar.
I don't think it's Pixar. I think it's the Minions people.
Oh, yeah. DreamWorks.
DreamWorks. Okay.
So the Jim Carrey one is amazing. I love that one too. But she wanted to watch it like a couple months ago, and I was like, okay. Mostly because she says Grinch really cute because she's 3, and she says Grinch. So we agreed to watch it. But if you're a single parent, the new Grinch animated thing, perfect. Because it talks like this little girl has like a single mom who has a bunch of kids, and it's super cute, and it kind of changes how you view the Grinch because you get his backstory. So it's not bad, and I feel like it wasn't really a remake as it was more like a retelling.
Wow.
But the Jim Carrey one is better.
I guess mine's way different than everybody's.
No, your insight. I want to hear.
So mine
Yeah.
is called Christmas in Happy Valley. It's on the Lifetime Network. And I'm just kidding.
I was like, what?
I'm not familiar.
It's all about a small town widowed doctor who has a child and an uptight woman who has a fiance from New York.
That's every Lifetime movie ever.
Right.
The funny thing about Happy
Wait,
Valley that you
do
said
they
that,
have a maid?
Right.
the
No,
thing, the
she
thing
does,
about
yes.
Happy Valley is in Carlsbad where I grew up. That was like Meth Valley. Like Happy Valley was like the area where all of like
Wow.
the meth was being produced for southern New Mexico.
Oh, wow. No. I felt like you guys really missed one.
Okay.
And it's one that I grew up on, and me and my father connected very well on.
Okay.
And it's National Lampoon's Christmas
Yes,
Vacation.
of course.
Yes.
And it's really interesting because, like, the original Vacation is fine. It's great. The European Vacation is also great. And then
Did
the
you
third-
just call the original one fine?
No, it's great. It's
Okay, great. All right,
And
thank
so
you.
then they made the Christmas one, and I remember seeing it in the theater, and I didn't know who Julia Louis-Dreyfus was at the time. And there's a great Christmas sweater of her, and it just says, "Why is the floor wet, Todd?" And it has like exclamations. And like a lot of people don't get that Christmas sweater, and I'm like, it's because like he was trying to put the Christmas lights up, and the fucking gutter exploded, and the ice shot across the way and went through their window and smashed their stereo and then melted.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, then why is the floor wet, Todd? And one thing my family connected on is like the Griswolds. We felt like we were
Yeah.
the Griswolds. We were like, well, if some shit didn't go wrong on this trip, then why would it not,
Yeah.
why, we wouldn't know what to do.
And let's be honest here, Chris. Now that I'm somewhat parenting, whatever, I feel weird calling myself a parent,
Yeah.
but let's be real, I am. You know what? Every family is the Griswolds.
every family.
Because I'll tell you, when Buck was talking earlier about how, like, you know, he counts on his wife sometimes on the
Sure.
days he's not like 100% to kind of. We had a day like that yesterday. I took Danny for a girls' day, and everything was great, and it was wonderful, and she was in a good mood, and she didn't throw any tantrums, and it was great. And then we get home, and she wouldn't eat her dinner, and then not eating her dinner turned into not taking a bath, and not taking a bath turned into not going to bed, and then not going to bed turned into a huge tantrum.
Sooner or later, it was Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and so it was like the whole night from dinner on, like it wasn't even like a whole day. It was just like every couple minutes, just, okay, are you exhausted from the last tantrum? Can you
right.
handle this?
Right.
And
So, like, you didn't... The maid wasn't there?
no,
Where's the maid in all this?
we don't have
Yeah, I don't
maids.
I
understand.
thought everyone got one up in Ray.
That's really weird.
No,
Yeah.
not in
You had to
Ransom.
deal with this all on your own?
Did Ray just say I thought everyone
Yes,
got one?
unfortunately, we have to deal with this all on our own. We don't have like nannies or maids.
TV
That's a
lied
choice.
to us.
You don't have, like...
It's a choice. It's a hard choice, but we're willing to do it.
No, I know.
closets. That's
So-
what... Yeah,
I mean,
whenever I misbehave, they just put me in the closet.
Wow. That's awful. Smiley.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Happy holidays.
So I got to say there's other ones out there, though. I mean, there was the Santa Claus.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah.
But no, there was like Santa Claus the movie.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one with Dudley Moore?
I don't think
You don't? We're like, okay.
don't.
Really? I think that one's really fantastic as well. It's got John Lithgow.
Oh,
So Dudley Moore is
yeah.
an elf, and he tries to like revolutionize how the toys are being made.
Yeah, I do remember
and
that.
it fails, and so he like leaves.
This came out in 1987, right?
Something like
I remember
that.
this.
And he like leaves in disgrace, and then like John Lithgow is like this evil toy manufacturer that
Yes.
like the government is like cracking down because there's glass in his dolls.
Yeah.
And, shit. And so he's about to go under, and then he finds the elf, and the elf has magic, and him
That's
and
right.
Santa kind of go against each other.
Right. Oh, there's also, I
Yeah.
forgot to mention Elf with
Yes,
Will
of
Ferrell,
course.
I
which
have
is
honestly
so good.
never seen it.
Yeah,
It's so
that's
funny.
a shame. It's
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's not like you're gonna be like,
It's-
man,
yeah.
I've been missing out on this
Right.
film, but it's
It's
fun
so
and it's
good.
iconic.
It has like great quotes.
Yeah.
Like, you smell like beef and cheese and lies.
Wow.
Because Will Ferrell's character literally he's an elf and he's very confused by America's view of Christmas.
That is the movie that made me have a crush on.
Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
I mean, that Step Brothers is the one that made me crush on
Zooey
Will
Deschanel.
Zoe
Ferrell.
Deschanel, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
We're also missing some really, really, really good ones.
Okay.
Nightmare
Are you
Before
sure?
Christmas.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's okay. Never mind.
Scrooged.
Okay.
Eh.
What?
Okay.
Who just said eh?
That was me.
Dude, Scrooged is amazing.
Scrooged
Yeah.
is
Bill Murray.
Maze Balls.
Right.
Have you
All
heard
right.
of Bill Murray?
Bill
You
Murray
guys
is a
watch it
legend.
again. All right.
I have. I have.
All right.
And you think what is better? What movie would you say?
Home
wanna-
Alone.
Home Alone.
Watch it.
Home Alone's good. We just watched it last night. It's pretty good.
I don't know about Scrooge. Is
I don't know
amazing.
how you forget your kid at home, but like also pretty good. But Scrooged is also. Now I'm just thinking of all the movies I'm gonna have to
Scrooge is
fit
sad.
into Christmas.
It always
now.
made me
It's
cry.
not sad. He learns at the end. He
He
gets.
No,
learn-
it makes
it's
me-
Right.
it's like a Christmas Carol. Like he learns at the end.
Yeah, that makes
I
me
love
cry.
the Muppets Christmas Carol.
I was gonna hit that one next.
I made my kid watch that last week. She was meh.
Yeah.
She watches
I don't wanna
Puppet
learn
Babies,
things
which is
from-
Muppet Babies, and she was disappointed in how not prominent Miss Piggy was. That was her complaint.
Oh.
So
How do you guys feel about Bad Santa?
I like Bad
I
Santa.
like
I think
Bad
that's
Santa.
a great
Bad
Christmas story.
I love the
Oh.
little kid. He's like, I made you a pickle.
he said, he got dropped on my head. On my head?
And he's
Oh,
like, why is it
man.
all red? He goes, I cut myself.
I need to watch that.
Yeah.
Not with the kid, obviously.
There's
No,
another.
kids.
There's a show that actually takes place during Christmas, and I think that's kind of weird to think about. There's a whole series of a show called Happy. I think I may have
What
brought
is
this up
that?
before.
Oh, yeah. You ever
So
seen Happy?
Yeah, so it's like this.
No.
He's like he used to be a cop. Like to give you like the rundown is this kind of crazy guy that has an imaginary character.
Oh my God, are you talking
that he's
about the-
partnered with.
Happy.
Yeah,
It's
so he goes around
amazing.
just like killing people, and it's like super hyper violent. And the main bad guy is like this evil Santa that's like
From
even
the comic
trafficking
book.
children. Yeah, and it's really crazy.
I need to watch this.
Yeah,
It's good.
I think it's
I
on
will be
Hulu if I'm
into
not
it.
mistaken, and
Cool.
they only got 2 seasons, and then it got canceled. And I don't
Oh,
know.
is it canceled?
It got
I-
canceled
oh,
after the
man.
second season.
It's so abstract. It's so amazing.
It's so and Patton Oswalt is plays Happy, the imaginary character. It's so much fun, especially if you just kind of like just settle in and enjoy it for like what it is. It's
well-
like silly and hyper violent and just all around good fun.
It's based on a graphic novel.
yeah, of the same name.
So like it didn't need more than 2 seasons because
it's pretty, yeah.
there wasn't anything else written after that.
Fair, yeah.
Ray's like, I disagree.
What about Santa with muscles?
I that's
I
a
have
new one. Is
never
that
heard
a
of
Hulk
that.
Hogan? Yeah.
Yes. I need to find that stat. Where can I find that?
Ooh, I don't know.
My kid would probably love that.
What do you think of the Schwarzenegger one though? It's not.
Jingle all the
Yeah,
way.
that's-
I hate it. I can't.
whenever I was a kid, we went to Universal Studios while they were filming it, and at the time, I didn't realize how iconic that was. Like that, I was able to like see some of the set pieces and stuff like while they were still like working on.
Yeah.
It was like the big parade scene. And I was too young for that to like have any meaning to me until like I was a little older. And I'm maybe only seen that movie like all the way through, but everybody brings that up as like a big Christmas movie that they always watch, and I just think, oh well, what? I saw the parade scene being filmed when I was like 5.
Wow.
When did that movie come out?
I don't remember, but I just. Oh wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I'm looking at the 50 best Christmas movies of all time. Number 42, Batman Returns. I don't know about that.
What?
Oh fuck yeah, that's
It was
right.
a little
Because
Christmassy.
I guess so.
I mean,
okay,
sure.
Batman Returns. That's because
guess
I'd
Penguin
rather
comes
watch.
in.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no! Batman Returns. Penguin comes in because it's all about Christmas Carol. They have the whole. Maybe it wasn't as entertaining as I thought.
I mean, I would rather watch like a Lifetime Christmas movie
Wow.
or like Hallmark Christmas movie
What about
than
Prancer?
Batman Returns. What?
Prancer.
Batman Returns wasn't the bad one. Batman and Robin and
No,
like,
Batman Returns was the beginning of the bad ones.
well,
Yeah.
the beginning of the
I mean,
bad
it's
ones.
not a bad one, but
It's not
like
Batman Forever.
But like for Christmas, you know
Fair.
what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
so this website. Hold on, let me pull up this website.
Christmas, actually.
Did you say Prancer? Is
yeah.
that about a stripper?
No, it's about the reindeer Prancer.
Holly, you pervert.
The little girl goes, "It's Prancer."
I've actually-
okay. No, I haven't seen that one.
Okay,
I'll look it up.
So this is Esquire magazine's site of the 50 best Christmas movies of all time. Number 29, Edward Scissorhands. Like,
Yes.
Yeah,
What?
that is Christmas.
How
I
is
would
that
put that at
Chris-
29. That makes sense.
Well, I mean, how I was like Christmas movie that Edward Scissorhands. I guess so.
I
yeah.
guess.
yeah,
I mean,
when he's in the
Ice carving and stuff.
Yeah.
the
Which
tower
is-
with the guy.
Which is lower
It's Always
than
Christmas.
number 26, A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas.
Oh, that one's
yuck.
not good. That one's not great.
Too bad.
It's not good.
25,
Don't
Die
watch it.
Hard.
Not
You know
really a
what?
Christmas
I
movie.
hate Die Hard.
Oh, what? It's
I know.
amazing.
Oh,
It's
what?
because my cousin, when I was a kid, loved Die Hard, so I had to watch it like over and over and over and over and
Number
over
22,
and over.
Gremlins.
Okay.
I love
Should've been a little
Gremlins.
higher.
Number 23, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Great
That's a
film.
Christmas movie. That great
Yeah,
movie.
great film.
About as much of a Christmas film as Die Hard. Though,
Right,
I will say.
right.
Yeah.
Number 18, Eyes Wide Shut.
What?
What? I don't know about
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I mean,
that. I haven't seen it, so.
I think they're using the like Christmas movie term a little
Right,
loosely,
right.
but like, okay.
Okay, can I say something?
Go for it.
Just been watching Nosferatu,
Okay.
which is totally Christmas land.
It is.
It's really fun and scary as shit. I want to put that on that list.
Okay. So I'm going to do the top 10
Okay.
of the
Okay.
Esquire magazine's top 10 Christmas movies of all time. So number 10, A Christmas Carol.
Let's just say which one.
It's the original.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The Charles Dickens, the black
Yeah,
and white
yeah.
1951.
That's not a bad one.
Okay. Number 9, The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Number 8,
Is it more Christmas carols?
Bad Santa.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Good.
Kind of shocked at that one. A little
Yeah.
shocked. Little shocked.
I like that one. And you know what? If you're a parent, you'll love it even more. Because let me tell you,
Yeah.
you hate Christmas just a little tiny itty bitty bit.
Number 7, can't disagree with this.
Uh-oh.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, I
Okay.
love that
Fuck that.
one.
Black and
Which
white
one?
one?
The black and white.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Why do you hate that one?
Because it's
Happy.
Plus the one.
It's happy.
Plus the one that came out in the
Actually,
90s
yeah.
had the Matilda girl
exactly. It reminds me of everything it was I didn't have in my life.
Okay. So number 6,
It was happy.
Scrooged.
Okay.
in it. I like that one.
Bill
Fair.
Murray. James doesn't agree.
Yeah.
Number 5,
It's more for
Home Alone.
All right. All right.
Love that one.
Number 4, A White Christmas.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
featuring a new version of the song from the film, 1954. Number 3, A Christmas Story.
That's one of the
Yeah.
Ralphie.
Okay.
Number
Yeah, that's a good
2,
one.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I think that's in a good place.
That's really
That's a
shocking.
good
to me.
one.
I'm actually happy with that.
No, I'm happy with it. I'm just shocked.
I like it. You know what? It's iconic. And
I kind of want to watch it tonight.
once your kids like get to a certain age, they'll be able to understand. Because like I
Shitter's
said,
full.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like I said, every family is the Griswolds. I'll tell you right
Shitter's
now.
full, yeah.
Every day is like a Christmas
Hey,
vacation
Clark, you
at
want me
my
to go
house.
get your boss? I mean, you kidnaps his boss, Cousin Eddie. I mean, Cousin Eddie is iconic. Everyone has a Cousin Eddie that's, a jackass. Or someone in their family who's a Cousin Eddie. So what movie do you think is number 1?
I don't know now.
Grinch.
No, I would say
We weren't doing number ones.
No.
Yeah.
shit.
A Christmas Carol
I think
isn't
everyone
number
can
one.
figure it out.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
That's one of my favorite movies, even not in Christmas
Merry
time.
Christmas, everyone.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Wonderful Life. It's like the iconic, like,
I even
good
have a
story.
joke based on it.
I do too.
Do you?
I do. So I always fuck with like people, and I'll come out of nowhere, and I'll be like, remember that time you didn't come over to my house, and I died because you weren't there.
Because you weren't there.
Because he tells him he's like remember that time you sledded on, you went to a slide down the thing and you went in the lake. He's like, my brother Georgie, he saved me, or I saved him. Well, you weren't there. He died. Yeah. So I used to do that to Billy all the time.
I like that.
Well, you weren't there, and people never some people would catch the joke, and some people wouldn't.
Some people don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that
You weren't
movie.
there.
So
Never seen it.
you've never seen it?
seen it.
Ray.
Oh my god. It is.
Yeah.
It is one of my favorite movies
Yeah,
of
don't-
all
don't-
time.
Don't bother.
Wow, Smiley.
James. It's one of my favorite movies. I can watch it not during Christmas. Like I love it so much. But I love like older movies like
Yeah.
that. But so I wrote a joke that is not wholesome at all.
Okay.
It's about, so when I was dating, I would meet guys, I would go on dates with them, I would sleep with them, and sometimes they would have a
that was a
really
joke.
itty bitty dick. Okay. And so I made a reference to this movie by being like, I feel like every time a woman sleeps with a man with a micro penis, an angel gets his wings.
Oh damn.
And if you haven't seen that movie, you don't get it.
Right.
So basically, in the movie, every time somebody rings a bell, an angel gets his wings.
And the angel that's helping him didn't have his wings. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I would tell that joke, and it was so funny because you could tell the demographic of the crowd by who was laughing. So, like, if the crowd laughed a lot, they were like,
Older, probably.
older than me and up there. Or if it was a crowd of people who were like 30 and younger, they'd be like, what? I don't get it. I'm like, because it's like a...
Yeah, because it's
Never
almost
mind.
arbitrary.
Yeah.
Right.
I always just love that because the angel takes him around, and it's almost a little bit because he's going to kill himself.
And
Spoiler alert! I'm sorry if you haven't seen
Yeah.
It's Wonderful Life, Ray.
In the last 100 years. or however
The
old
angel's
that
taking
is.
him around, and he's showing him his life, and he's going to kill himself because everything is bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
And at one point, he saved his little brother was sledding down a hill, and he went out onto a lake, and it cracked, and he fell in, and he saved him.
as you do.
And then his little brother went on to be a war hero, and he saved all these people in the war. And anyway, they show that he shows him the same thing, and like the little boy, his brother dies, and he goes, "No, I saved him." And he goes, and then he went on to save all these people, and he goes, "Well, he didn't, because you weren't there.
Yeah.
You wished you never existed." And so I always tell people, I used to do that to Billy all the time, and he'd be like
It's-
"What the fuck?"
It's basically the anti-killing yourself pamphlet that they've been using for 50 years.
Nice.
Like, literally.
Well, yeah. Anyway, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Happy
Yeah,
holidays.
how's that the best Christmas thing? Please don't kill yourself.
What? So
Merry
you think
Christmas.
Home Alone 1 is better. It's like,
I know.
leave your kid at home. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. So I haven't watched that.
Yeah.
years.
Home
And
Alone?
yes, and I watched Home Alone. We're watching it last night, and I looked over at Hamster, and I'm like, we could never like forget Danny, right?
No,
And
it's called
he's-
cell phones.
Yeah, and he goes, "No, I don't think she would let us forget her."
Where
and
is she?
And then we're watching like the whole thing, and we're just like, okay, so let me get this straight. You're gonna fly all the way to Paris. You forgot your kid. Cool. You figure that out. You get to Paris,
That's only
and
one
the
of their
mom
kids, though.
is gonna sit in the airport while the rest of the family
Right.
enjoys their vacation, and you try and figure out how to get home. I mean, of course, I'm excited to see John Candy and all that stuff, but like, I was just like, what kind of family is just like, oh, we left an 8-year-old at home. We're going to enjoy our vacation. You have fun with that, Mom.
No, she's,
Look at how
she
big
fights,
that-
she fights to get back.
Yeah,
no,
but
I
also
know,
look
but
how
like
big
the
that
rest
house
of the
is.
family.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's
Also,
true.
you're
But
looking.
the rest of the family doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
and
you
they
know?
shouldn't.
They should.
Nah,
No.
if I was cousin, I'd be like, nah.
Fuck them. All right.
I'm going to fucking Paris.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
fucking stayed at
exactly.
home.
You
She-
got-
is she going? Is she going? All right, cool. We're good.
Yeah, somebody's getting
You guys
this taken care
are
of.
really not getting the best parts of that movie.
You're talking about when he fights the villains.
Oh, that's the best part.
No. I would fight to have my family leave me behind.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, fair. Fair.
Okay. You're just excited to be
To
at home
just
alone.
be left home alone. That's the name of the movie.
Yeah. You're just
That's
like,
what you
ah,
want. Hey,
thank
oh my God, they left. He's making pizza. He's just fucking kicking shit over.
No, that's
It's a
true.
great time.
No, that's true. But never happened. Never happened anymore.
Yeah.
Never could happen now. I mean, I understand most of these movies can never happen, but like Home Alone, it's like, what happened? Oh shit, the kid's calling me. I left them. Fuck. Well, let's go back.
No.
Movie over.
This is like Lucky's. You just
Nah. Now the kid with his cell phone, he's attached to the cell phone. I mean,
so the police are here now.
yeah. the
I
police
told
are-
them to go away.
CYFD's is
Yeah.
picking us up at the airport.
Yeah. Well, and then the part where she calls the cops and she's like, hey, I'm in Paris. I'm calling because I need you to check on my kid. And they called her crazy. I'm like, that would never happen now.
No.
That kid would be taken away forever.
Well, you'd be afraid. You'd be afraid to call a cop.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we wouldn't call.
Like, I'm a piece of shit.
I would call like a coworker that I knew
Right.
had nothing going on. I'd be
Right.
like, hey, can you go?
Kevin!
Yeah. Like, can you go check on my kid?
I
Because
fucked up.
if you call CYFD, oh my God.
You know how I am. I fucked up real bad.
But also, how do you not
Like,
know
I
you have
left-
your kid?
I left them a bowl of food and a bowl of water. They should be fine.
I made
Yeah.
Food Mountain.
Food
Yeah.
Mountain. That's
Like,
good.
I'm sorry, but I just don't know how you would
To
forget
quote
your
Trailer Park
kid.
Boys.
Pretty sure he can get water from the fridge.
Yeah, you can drink out of the toilet.
I mean,
it's
he
a
ain't.
thing.
Oh, my favorite part was Danny didn't really focus on it, but the only part she really commented on was when he made himself like food and he had like a bowl of ice cream with marshmallows and all this gross shit like
And
cereal.
she's like, hell yeah.
She goes, oh my God, guys, that looks so good. We need to make that food. That food
So-
looks good.
I don't know if you know this exists. So like YouTube is like the new like
I am aware of you.
you know where I'm going. So YouTube is this new world where they not just like us, people like us, but there's like people who kind of are like below Mythbusters and can do whatever. There's a group that did the Home Alone. What would really happen if the things really like the traps really hit you?
Oh.
There's a whole YouTube video of what would have really happened to you if those really if that really happened. And you can go watch it. It's on YouTube. It's really actually funny. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that would have killed. Like some of
It's
those would have
funny
just literally.
because it's
Yeah.
all murder.
It's all murder. Yeah, it's like murder. You're dead. Murder.
Oh, I hit.
You know, like a big
And-
paint can comes swinging down and smashes you in the skull. Probably gonna smash in your skull.
Right.
Not even that. Probably would have taken off your head.
Oh, speaking of which, now the weird transition. So my father and I go home for Christmas, and my father and I mean, my mom watches like murder shit all day.
Yeah.
But she watches like the murder shit where they find the dead body already.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
My dad's like, I know that you're tired of watching. I know you don't like to watch it, so he's like, let's watch Rambo: Last Blood.
Yes.
Me and your
And-
mom would get along
Right.
so good.
And me and my dad's like, you want to watch Last Blood? And I'm like, yeah. And he can't figure out like how to, the streaming services are. He likes it. He just doesn't grasp it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just want to watch Last Blood. And I go, give me the controller. And I was like, you want to rent it? It's $4. He's like, yeah, rent it. And Rambo: Last Blood. Have you seen?
Okay, that's the new one, right?
Yes.
Oh my
First of all-
God.
First of all,
Okay.
have you seen? I mean, everyone's seen First Blood, or most people, and they saw Rambo,
Just Rambo.
and then they saw Rambo 3, which was trash.
No, I mean
So then there was-
John Rambo.
So then there was a movie called John Rambo that came out after that.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen it here?
Yeah.
How fucking insane is that movie?
It's-
When he's up on the 50
Insane.
cal, just cutting people in half
It's
for like
insane.
15 minutes.
Insane.
Now that makes me ask a question.
Yeah.
After we saw that, why didn't you go, ooh, I want to see Rambo First Blood? Or Last Blood?
Oh, I definitely do. I just haven't.
You
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
Because it is more of the same.
I want that's all I would want from that, and like
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you about one. So first of all, he lives in Arizona, and he has a niece that he raised, and this other woman that lives with him. I don't really they never really like explain her relationship, and he builds tunnels under the ground, right? There's a scene where one of the villains walks around a corner, and this thing snaps halfway into his head, destroying his face in the process, and you see every single detail of that.
yes.
And I'm not going to tell you anymore because it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's only like an hour and a half long, and
Where did you rent this on?
Amazon.
My dad's coming into town. I may
Yeah.
rent this and watch it
Yeah.
with my father.
And there's literally like the worst here's the Rambo movie. Worst foreshadowing ever. Rambo's trying to get back to a normal life, and things are thank God you guys are here. You want to go do bad things are happening? Well, this can only go good, right? Nope. Lots of people are going to die. Insane deaths, insane deaths. It's crazy, and it ends, and me and my dad are like, that was good, real good.
That
That was
sounds like a
good.
good
We liked
Christmas
it.
movie.
Yeah.
One of the movies my dad and I watch regularly together is Full Metal Jacket. By the way,
My grandpa loves that movie, and anytime
Yeah.
he wants to watch it, I will watch it with
Yes.
him because it's so good, and he loves it.
was he Marine Vietnam?
No, he was in the Korean War.
Okay. Well, my dad was a Marine in Vietnam.
Yeah, so
And-
that's like
and like whenever, oh my god, my dad, like, it's weird. Like he has PTSD, and he gets
Yep.
he's all fucked up from the shit. But man, when what's his face gunnery, like Arlie Emery is just shredding people.
yeah.
He just loves it. It's
Oh,
just like
yeah.
he's like and he goes,
You know what my
Yep.
grandpa loves similarly to that is when I was a kid, I would watch MASH with my grandpa,
oh yeah, yeah.
and I never understood.
movie?
No, the show.
Oh okay.
So he was in the Korean War. MASH takes place during that same time.
Yeah.
And we would watch it when I was a kid all the time. Like every Saturday, I would watch MASH with him. And now that I'm older and I understand where he's been, I get it. I'm like, oh, I get it. Like you
Yeah.
identify with that. And
He
people of
identifies-
your
this is Sarah,
generation
yeah.
identify with that. But he loves MASH. He loves Full Metal Jacket. He loves
Yeah.
all the things.
Well, I was watching. Have you seen The Irishman?
I haven't watched it yet.
I can't commit.
It's on my
almost
list.
4 hours. Yet.
It's long.
It's so long.
and I have the issue with like.
Plus, I had to watch Don't Fuck with Cats. So
Did I also tell you? Did I go off on like how the one problem with The Irishman is Robert De Niro's?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's this meme on Imager, and it made me laugh so hard. And it was like this guy. He's like, I watched The Irishman with my dad. The only time he said anything was whenever his truck broke down. And he goes, probably transmission. He's like, never said another word the entire
Oh
movie.
man. So I watched a docu limited series on Netflix,
Yeah.
and I really wanted to talk about it with Ray.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
shit.
want to watch it, and I probably
What is
will.
it?
It's called
It's called Don't Fuck with Cats. So what it's
Oh.
about is this guy, and I don't want to ruin anything.
No,
for
no,
you.
no. I saw the trailer.
You need to watch it so
Yeah.
we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But so I love true crime, as everybody here knows.
Ooh.
But this one is about a guy. So there's a data analyst who she works in data and all this stuff, which ended up not really being important to the story, but it made me excited. That's why I started watching it, because that's what I'm going to school for. But she gets on the internet and sees this YouTube video of a guy killing kittens, and they get super invested into finding this guy, and it
How is he killing kittens?
Well, you'll have. I think that kind of.
It's not. It won't play any. It won't ruin anything.
Yeah.
Because trust me, this story gets so crazy.
Right.
Well, I mean, there's
it
a
went
lot
viral.
of ways to do
Oh,
it.
jeez.
Anyway, so it went viral, and he put kittens in a vacuum seal bag and vacuumed
God.
the air out.
That's pretty cool.
And
What the fuck?
James, gross. Anyway, so there was nothing cool about it. He's killing kittens on video just to be a dick. And then these people get really invested. They start a
It's not like he's growing
Facebook.
them in jars or anything.
Well, he's killing.
It's still gross, James.
No need to kill him.
Anyway, so
So unimaginative.
James, come on, man.
so I'm going to continue talking, and I'm going to pretend you're not being a jerk right now. So so he does this, and then this group gets invested in this guy, finding this guy, and he ups the ante a number of times.
So he's
and
a serial killer for
yeah,
pretty much,
no, but it
yeah.
gets worse. It gets so much worse. This guy ends up doing worse things.
Oh shit.
Well,
Yeah.
I definitely intend to watch it, and I know that we're at the end of the second hour, but I would definitely like to get kind of a deeper dive into it on
Yeah.
the next show, because
It's
this
so
is a big
good.
one.
Well, let's
that
not
I'd
do
like
the
to-
next show for that.
Well,
'Cause we
at
got the-
some point,
Yeah.
very soon,
Yeah.
because
It's
cats are very
so good.
important to me.
Sure.
And this has gone viral.
Yeah.
people are loving and
I
hating.
haven't even
And
seen
I
it.
both
This is the first time I've ever heard of this.
I'm a true crime person, so
Yeah.
people have been really into it because of true crime. But there are good points and bad points, and it would be cool if you watched it, because
Yeah.
there are points where
I wanna
I don't
see it.
really like
Right.
it.
It's on Hulu.
Yes.
It's
No,
on
Netflix.
Oh, I have.
And
it.
it's
a Netflix original.
it's 3 episodes long.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's pretty short. They left a few things out, which of course, me as a sicko true crime person, I know the story behind it.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to watch it, we can get a deeper dive into it. That'd be cool.
Did you watch the murder one? What do you
Making
call
a
it?
Murderer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for
God.
3rd season, man, because
You
I
think-
don't
you think
think
they-
he did it.
Well, I know someone came out and said they did it.
I know. And
Yeah.
and his lawyer tweeted about it. That's how into true crime I am.
Yeah.
I follow his lawyer.
I
So-
feel like the kids gotta let the kid loose.
Well, the kid didn't do it for sure, but I
No.
also feel like the main character didn't do it.
Brandon.
And he missed WrestleMania. That was the biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Described.
that's a letdown.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It was a letdown. It was
Poor
awful.
bastard. So, all right. So we've got one more show for the year. I mean, are we gonna do? I mean, we got to talk about what the year we've had, because
Yes.
it's been kind of a changing year.
I feel like all of us have had big things
Well, I
happen.
mean, Ray's started
Ray's
the show.
here.
Yeah.
You know, Billy left the show.
Yeah.
Actually, interesting. Wait a minute. Billy will be in town.
He will. We should
Should
have
we get
him
Billy
come
to
on.
come on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But
I'll try. Yeah.
This has been probably one of my most formative years personally, between being on the show and the other things. I think it's been a good year.
Right. It's been
Mostly thanks to
crazy.
you guys. So
Oh.
Yeah, so I mean, we got to go through all that. I mean, but it's been pretty amazing. I mean, I will say this, I've done this for 13 years, and I know I say that all the time, but we've never really done a good holiday episode, and I feel like we tried today. I don't know.
I feel like it was good.
Yeah, I felt great.
Yeah. And I'm really excited all you guys are with me, and so you guys are like, oh, you bought a gift. No, I bought you gifts because you guys come and you guys do this with me. This is something that I created one day in my mind, and I just was like, this is something I want to do, and it's like blossomed into this, and why not? Who knows how long it'll go? Who knows how long everybody will take that ride? Yeah. And I hope everyone has a happy holiday, whatever your holiday is, whether it's Kwanzaa, whether it's Hanukkah, whether it's Christmas.
Just spend time with family and friends.
Right. Exactly. And I feel like my life this year, it's been an up and down roller coaster, but it's actually been I don't know, because there's been a lot of people pass away in my life, and that's been rough. But then there's also been a lot of good things that have happened in my life that, have kind of counteracted that. So I don't know what to call this year. Everybody's like, 2019's been rough. And I'm like, it has, and it hasn't. So.
I've been describing it as the year that I've been living my best life while also living my worst life.
Right.
At the same time.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah.
Out there. And I feel a lot of people are, trying the best to just make it through the holiday. Like, I feel like October was the longest month ever, and then November went by like 2 in a week, and then now December is the second longest month of the year. It just won't end, and it's like, here we go. I mean, we're marching on the new year. It's going to be an election year. It's going to be crazy.
Jeez. Yeah.
Shit's just gonna get crazier and crazier.
I don't know. I feel like I know that we don't talk about politics on here.
Yeah.
But come on, impeachment eve happened, and it was great. And
it did.
I feel like election season just got a little bit more interesting, and I love election season because it's like soap operas for me.
I hate it. I get so sick of it.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is an important thing for our
for
history.
Our country. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I love all you guys, and thank you guys for taking this journey with me. And
we love you, Chris.
Aww.
Yeah, very happy to be here. Thank you.
Yay. I love you guys, big time. And the people who watch this show, I love you guys. Thank you for being a part of our family.
And taking the time to listen. Yeah.
And if this is your first show, then and you like it, like and subscribe. If you really like it, tell your friends, tell your family, and spread the word. I mean, this we do because we love it. We don't get paid. None of these people are paid to do this.
I mean, I am.
None of us. Well, James walks in and he has a retainer. No, none of us are paid. Everything here comes out of pocket, and so we do it because we love it, and that's just what it is. So thank you guys, and everybody have a happy holiday. From us to you, we are
10 drink minimum.